The following podcast is a fan-made production based on Strixhaven, a curriculum of chaos, an official Dungeons & Dragons module published by Wizards of the Coast. Jump Into Fiction claims no ownership of any of the official content, settings, or characters, and encourages you to please support the official release. All music and sound effects featured in this podcast were sourced from Artlist under an active subscription at time of publication. Proper licensing has been maintained for their use in this publication. Strixhaven University, the premier school of magic in the multiverse. A new year begins full of promise, challenges, and the chaotic brilliance of campus life, as aspiring mages from every corner of existence gather here to hone their skills. But beneath the bustling halls and lively debates, something dark is stirring, an ancient threat that could unravel the very fabric of Strixhaven itself. As danger looms, 5 unlikely heroes will rise, caught between saving the school and surviving their own trials of exams, rivalries, and late-night cram sessions. Allow me now to introduce you to our heroes and their players. Valafork Vantumn, played by Mitchell. An elven shepherd who discovered his latent magical abilities while fending off a great predator from his flock, who is now navigating a world far beyond his pastures. Yelan, played by Steph, a Tiefling youth with a gift for life magic, attending Strixhaven to scout the school for her younger brother, only to discover her own growing passion for magic. Raldrick Stonekeeper, played by Caleb, a stoic Goliath from the Stone-hewn clan, bearing a mysterious artifact whose magic might shape his destiny, or destroy it. Milhouse Manastorm, played by Jasper, a shy yet charismatic halfling prodigy, and the university's first sports scholarship recipient, relying on luck as much as his own exceptional skill. And finally, Gobble the Great, played by Tom, a mischievous goblin from Dominaria, bound by a pact with a storm djinn and determined to spread chaos while playing the role of a model student. We find our heroes on orientation day, each making their way to the Biblioplex.
We find ourselves, ladies and gentlemen, in the magical plane of Arcarios, located in the Magic the Gathering lore world universe. We find ourselves specifically in this central building here known as the Biblioplex, which is the grand library on the central campus of Strixhaven. Your map should have changed. You should see the general central portion of the map now with the Biblioplex directly in the center. So this is the area where everyone comes for orientation day. You've all, through various means, been accepted/invited to study at the Magical School of Strixhaven. You've all taken slightly different paths into coming to this location, but overall you've been accepted as magical students, even if you don't have any magic in your bones. We're going to start with Mitch, because he rolled a 14. Just outside the Biblioplex, kind of near roughly the Archway of Commons, there is an image of a bush, and inside the bush is slowly rising and falling. Mitch, can you roll a perception check for me?
8.
8, okay. So the sun's rays are kind of glaring through. You actually spent the night sleeping in one of these bushes because you arrived here last night on your solo trek from your farm, going directly to here. But no one was around, so you just went, well, this is a comfortable place to sleep. I'm going to sleep here for the night.
Probably would have been.
So yeah, so you're woken up. So you're currently in the Archway Commons area. You want to describe your character for us?
I'm a quite young, just a teenager for an elf, which is around about, I don't know.
80 or 120,
80,
something like that.
Kind of like 75-ish or something. No, not overly built, but I'm an active farmer, so I've got a little bit of muscle to me. I'm got a little white hair with quite shaved around the sides, and I'm just in sort of just like a casual work attire t-shirt, nothing fancy, no armor or anything, with just my little bag and my stick and spear.
Okay, so as you're kind of like coming to and you're waking up, you're noticing immediately off the bat, even with the 8 perception, there are lots of students around you. Some of them wearing, like Strixhaven first year sort of merch. They got hats on. They're mostly in groups of 4 or 5. And they seem to just kind of be like darting around the place, all looking at like, some kind of like little note that like the appointed leaders, quotation marks, kind of have in their hands. I'll get you to roll a history check for me really quickly. 6. Okay, so you remember very vaguely that you were given the letter of introduction when you got it in the post in the mail. And you try to find it in your bag. You don't seem to be able to find it. You vaguely remember something about having to go to some kind of library, but you're not too sure. What do you want to do?
So you said there's people standing around with notes and stuff?
Yeah, so there's groups of like 4 to 5 individuals, all appear to be roughly what you would consider to be first year age. They're roughly around, physically they look similar to your age, even though you are an elf. Going through all the races, there's some fish men here, there's some elephant men, standard humans, couple gnomes, and they all seem to be working in like small groups of 4 to 5.
You said they're going around doing what?
So they're all doing like sort of slightly different things. So you see one group is like running around in the bushes, like touching different bushes, trying to like find something in them. Some of them are like climbing up in trees looking for stuff. They all appear to be searching for something.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to do my best to just sort of attach myself to the back of one of the groups and just sort of attempt to just blend in with that group and follow what they're doing.
Okay, can I get you to roll your choice of stealth or deception, please?
I'll roll stealth. I don't know why that rolled as a d4, but it did for some reason. 11.
11. Okay, so you kind of sneak up, trying to like peer over one of the groups, see what they're looking at. You get noticed by what would be the head boy or the leader of this gang. Sort of like a dwarf kind of guy. He looks a bit grizzled, even though he might be about, maybe 17 years old. He kind of clutches the note to his chest and he went, "Hey, there's no cheating on the orientation."
Are we just here to get orientated? How do we cheat in getting led around?
What? Do you even have a number yet? And he kind of like points and he pulls out like a little like what looks like a raffle ticket with a number that says 52 on it. And you notice that everyone else in this individual's group seems to be holding a very similar sort of raffle ticket.
I reach my hand out to just a little bit. Lady, can I see if I've got one of those? Can I look at that to see if I got something similar?
Sure. I don't see why not, I guess. So he kind of like begrudgingly slowly hands it to you. And he kind of just tells you, he's like, "Yeah, you should have been given one of these by the campus guide."
All right, now that I've got a raffle ticket, what am I supposed to do with it?
Oldest trick in the book. Can I see that to know whether I recognize it?
So he looks at you, he's like, "Hey, you can keep it if you want, man. I'm already, on the system, as it were, with my group. But if you don't have one and you're here for orientation, you should be going to the Biblioplex, and they'll sort of sort you out from there."
Can you point me in the direction of the Biblioplex?
Sure. So he points like directly north through that archway, and you can see a very big building with a big spiral in the center.
Sure. Thank you very much, Dwarf. And I go to walk that way.
Sure, no worries. He for a quick second, you do notice that it looks like he's about to ask for the ticket back, but then he changes his mind and just kind of continues on with the group that he's with. As you sort of just break out of the Archway Commons, you're sort of going to around here, you run into a little guy, and he looks like this. Show to everyone. Does that pop up on your screen?
Oh, he's such a little guy.
Oh, he's so cute.
He's a little guy, and he's sort of like beckoning to a bunch of what presumably are new students, and he's handing them a little like sort of raffle ticket, similar to the one that you just saw.
I put my raffle ticket in my pocket, and I approach him.
So he kind of turns to you and he's like, "Oh, hi! Are you a new student?"
I believe so.
Awesome. I'm Campy, the campus guide.
Hello, Campy.
Awesome. Here, you should take a ticket. And he kind of, and like a ticket kind of pops out of his head. Mm-hmm. So he motions for you to take it. He like kneels forward towards you.
Let me forcibly take the ticket, look at the number.
Yep, so your number is 93. And he then like points directly toward Biblioplex and he says, "Orientation is just inside there."
Can I have a second ticket in case I lose this one?
Sure. This is the same number.
I take it anyway.
Make sure you don't lose your tickets. And he sort of like starts to waddle off to go talk to some other slightly confused looking new students.
I put one of the tickets in the same pocket with the other ticket, and then I just hold on to one in my hand.
Yeah, gotcha. All right, cool. So you then head off towards the Biblioplex. We'll now cut to the next person who got the second highest roll. Okay.
Jasper, go.
Jasper, go. All right, let's go to Jasper. All right, so we cut over to sort of the gates of this section here. So we're roughly down here in the bottom left corner of the map. So, there's a big silver gate that says, Strixhaven Common Grounds, and you're just outside of it. There's a bit of a scene, a very young, yet strangely bearded-looking, halfling guy. And he's hanging out with both his mother and his father. The beard was not canonical. You sent me a picture of Milhouse Manastorm, bitch. You look like Milhouse Manastorm. So you're there with your mother and your father, and your mother is kind of like doting on you, and she's just like, oh dearie, I can't believe you're going off to wizard school.
What's your connection?
with old Strixhaven.
Old Strixhaven. That's not the accent I was going to be going for, but I guess I can do a fucking...
Well, you can talk however you want. That's just your mum. You don't have to talk exactly like your mum does.
Oh, yes, okay.
And now, don't be, dear, I'm so flustered. I just can't believe it. What about you, Magnus? What do you think? And your father's there, dressed in sort of a hunter's garb, longbow over his shoulder, and he kind of just like grunts. He's like, yeah, wizard school. So do you do anything? Do you say anything?
No, I'm along with the flow there.
Okay, so your mother kind of pulls out her pack, and she gives you a bunch of like a little lunchbox full of sandwiches. She gives you 3 gold pieces that they've managed to save up, so you can buy some stuff. And she's like, now the letter of acceptance said go straight to the Biblioplex. It's that big building just down the road, and you'll be met with the orientation event, so to speak. Isn't that right, Magnus? Mm.
Okay, yeah, I can do that.
Oh dear, just hurry along now, all right? And we'll see you very shortly. We'll try and make as many visits up to here as we can, all right? Try to make some friends.
I'll try.
Magnus, say goodbye to your boy. So your father, he kneels down, although he's not much taller than you. And he kind of puts his hand on your shoulder. And he's like, son, from my understanding, magic is a lot like shooting a deer. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he nods as if with a deep understanding. And he's like, good boy. And he gets up, and they kind of wave you off. And as they're sort of slowly walking away from you, you hear directly behind you, hi, are you a new student?
Yeah, I suppose so.
Awesome. Hi, I'm Campy, the campus guide.
Hi, Campy.
Please take a number. And a little number appears.
I'll take the ticket.
Awesome. It is the exact same number as Mitch's, as they will all be. And he kind of ports you towards the Biblioplex, and he's like, all right, just go down there, and you'll be right sorted, okay?
Thanks, Campy.
I will acknowledge Tom's existence. Hello, Tom.
Tom, are you okay? You were popping in and out.
Stop, how are you going?
Good, man. I just wanted to make sure you're all set up. I didn't want to cut the scene.
That's all good.
Can you roll D20 for me? Tom, what did you roll? He's dead again.
He has died.
Kayla!
Hello.
We cut to, and I'm going to have to actually move the map here real quick. We cut to here. We're actually at the Lawhold campus. Sort of on the outskirts of the actual Strixhaven entirely. You are here. There's sort of a scene of you and your old, your clan chieftain, Fenor Runерunner is standing. You old man, covered in grey robes. All of his skin is covered in runic tattoos. Kind of slowly pulsating as he walks with you. And you're walking across this large bridge, heading back towards the main area of Strixhaven.
All right.
Okay, so you and Fennel have... He took you here specifically first because he wanted to talk to a colleague of his, sort of, basically in the effigy row area. You didn't really catch the name. You were just sort of like, sitting in the background, but he was advising the coworker of the artifact that you're carrying in your hands that's slowly, pulsating and glowing. You want to describe your character real quick?
Very tall, about 8 feet. Tan-skinned from being spending a lot of time outside. Freshly, like, in comparison to Fennel, very fresh, colored, like dark blue tribal tattoos cover pretty much his entire body. Steel gray eyes, bald.
And how old are you? That's another question.
17.
You're 17. Awesome. Okay, so you and Fenner are walking back towards the Strixhaven campus, and so he kind of like he's like pulling you aside every time like another student kind of comes by. He seems to be quite wary of them, being sort of mountain folk. He's not used to seeing this many individuals in one place, so he kind of pulls you aside and he's like, "All right, now what my associate told me is that there's plenty of resources here for you to research that artifact you found. Do you understand me, boy?"
I understand, Fennel.
Very good. Now, the runic magic that I taught you will serve you well here in your first year, but they study some frankly crazy shit here. You're gonna have to be on your game if you're gonna be successful.
I will adapt to the circumstances at hand.
Very good. Now let us fly as bats back to the Biblioplex. And you both turn into bats, and you fly off back towards the Biblioplex, so I'll put you back on the campus map. And you land directly outside. You had already met Campy, the campus robot, and he had already provided you a ticket. You had met him in previously. So you go straight to the Biblioplex and attend the orientation event. You've been given your number. Fennel gives you a big handshake, a big slap on the shoulder, and he says, "I'm sure you'll do well here, boy."
Thanks, Fennel.
No worries. Farewell.
Somewhat unwary about being surrounded by buildings and people.
Yeah, you're surrounded by people. A lot of individuals of different races that you've never seen before. There's some frankly strange-looking individuals attending this school. Okay, now we check if Tom is back. Hey, Tom.
I want to grab my dinner. I said be right back, but I wanted to grab my dinner.
Awesome.
He eats a dinner.
Dinner. Yeah, we find Goggle eating dinner. Because we start this conversation not on the plane of Arcavios, but we start directly on Dominaria. Sort of a plane overlooking like an old relic battlefield. We find Gobble, the goblin. He seems to be snacking on some kind of like rudimentary, jerky. Tom, do you want to describe Gobble to everybody?
Gobble's 3 foot tall. Very scrappy looking clothes. He's got red hair. He's a male. He weighs probably about 42 pounds. He's very rugged looking. Not washed, anything like that. He's a goblin.
Okay, so and now what I'll do is, because I had not previously heard a description of Gobble, nor had I been provided a description of Gobble or a token to use for Gobble. I'm gonna give Tom access to Gobble right now, and Tom can see the token that I chose, and he can send me one to replace it later. Tom, if you look in your journal, you should see a thing for Gobble.
Oh, he's so cute.
Just a little guy.
He looks like a newborn.
I'm in love.
No, Tom forgot he had work at 7:30 this morning.
No, it's all good. I had you covered.
To do some of this. He was like, "Oh crap, I went to bed."
So Gobble's sort of sitting. He's overlooking the area roughly where he lives. He lives in obviously a classic goblin commune, with a fuck ton of other goblins. You actually begin to notice, Tom, that the ring that you're wearing on your right hand seems to kind of like vibrate a little bit, and you kind of hear a noise playing deep in your mind.
I put the ring to my ear and say hello.
Hey, Gobble, is this coming through? Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Awesome. Hey, man. Look, it's me, Panisius Nubenti, your patron. How you doing? How's life treating you?
Skippity fresh, my guy.
Awesome, man. Hey, listen, you remember how, as a part of our deal, I wanted you to, commit mischief in, a wizard school? You remember me talking about that, yeah?
Going to Hogwarts?
Not really Hogwarts. It's a bit, you know, bit lower brow than Hogwarts, but you know, there's less problems with the staff. Hey, listen. So I said it was next week, but it's actually today. There was a bit of a miscommunication with the planar calendars. If I teleported you right now, would that be a problem?
Now I got everything I own right on me.
Awesome, great. Listen, man, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna have to ask a favor of you. Okay, you listening?
Yeah.
Awesome. I'm gonna teleport you through the blind eternities. Now, when I do that, okay, you cannot open your eyes. And I cannot stress that enough. Do you understand what I'm saying?
My eyes wide open. Got you.
No, Gobble. If you open your eyes in the blind eternities, you will go insane. You will start worshipping squid gods from the outer planes. It's not a good look for me as you being, you know, my on-ground associate, okay? So I'm gonna ask you to count. What's the highest number you can count to, Gobble?
I can count. I'm pretty smart for a goblin.
Okay, well, what is the highest number that you know definitively how to count to?
6.
Okay, I'm gonna need you to count to 6. 6 times minimum, okay? And don't open your eyes for any of that. Understood?
Yep.
Okay, close your eyes then.
I close my eyes and I put my hands over my eyes.
Okay, so there's sort of like a whirring noise, a lot of whooshing wind. At some point you're hearing like screams from eldritch horrors beyond your possibility of imagination. And then shortly after you counted to 6, maybe roughly the 5th time, you lost count a little bit with all the screaming noises. You end up smack bang in the middle of the biblioplex. So you land basically right here. And you are greeted by a small little robot guy. And he says,
Test.
"Hi, my name's Campy. Who are you?"
I'm Gobble.
Awesome. Are you a new student?
Yes.
Great.
Yeah.
Hey, great. Please take a number.
I take a number.
Yep, it is the same number as everyone else has. And he points you directly towards the main center of the biblioplex to complete your orientation.
All right, I'll walk that way.
Awesome. And we cut to our final member, the person that rolled a 1 at the start of the campaign. We're going to go...
Let's go. I got it out of my system.
You got it out of your system. Exactly. Okay, so we arrive sort of just outside the air barrier, roughly where Milhouse kind of got dropped off, you know, down here near the stadium. So like, there's sort of like a big cart that's carrying a lot of individuals. It sort of seems to be magically propelled. There's no horse on the front of it, but there is an old man driving it. And we sort of see a tiefling sort of step off. And just as you kind of walk past and you get off there, you walk past the engraved sign that says school bus. So you pop off what is known as the school bus. Do you want to describe your character to us?
Does that school bus have an E at the end?
Yeah, yes, it is. It is like ye olde school busty in golden script.
So we have a young tiefling. She looks to be late teens, early 20s, sort of that. I guess a bit older than some of the first years. Mm-hmm. She's got green skin and she looks both proud and scared at the same time. Kind of like it's an unfamiliar place for her.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, you're being surrounded by all these individuals, all these new races that you've never interacted with.
I guess I follow the crowd.
Sure. So as you jump off the school bus, you see the majority of the people that are on the school bus seem to be heading directly northeastish towards the large building in the center of the campus. At this point, you sort of have fond memories of the whole village sort of sending you off. Your mother and your father crying their eyes out that you've actually decided to attend magic school. They could not believe that when they initially heard it. Your brother was there. He's going to write you a lot of letters. He wants to know what it's all like before he joins. And you've also got, a couple like little sugar cookies that your mother baked for you and handed to you as a snack for the trip. It has been a long bus ride. It's not short. This bus went from essentially your village was the furthest stop out, and it picked up everyone else along the way. So you've been on this bus for like maybe 4 days straight.
Yeah.
So with what energy you have left, you sort of, left foot, right foot, head directly towards the biblioplex. And as you get roughly halfway, you are stopped by what appears to be a little metal man. And he says, "Hi, I'm Campy, the campus guy." Have I frightened you? I did not mean to do so.
Yeah, I've never seen a talking block of metal before. I'm so sorry. Hi. I like straightening my clothes. It's very awkward.
So he like kind of like puts like a little hand out to like shake your hand.
Yeah.
He's like, "Awesome! I am one of the greatest creations of artifice the world has ever known." Are you a new student? Just to confirm that one more time.
Yes. I'm here to attend college. Yes.
Awesome. Here, take a number. And a little number like pops out of his head.
Okay. I very carefully take it as I think it might bite me.
Awesome. Great. Hey, the building over there is the Biblioplex. Head straight there for orientation.
Okay. Thank you.
No worries. And it sort of like waddles off to the other line of people behind you that are all waiting to talk to Campy, the campus guide, and get their numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I have not missed anyone, correct? I've done everybody?
Yes.
Awesome. So we're going to cut over to the Biblioplex. Put yourselves all anywhere below the sort of middle, like anywhere south of here inside. Okay. So I'll read a quick pre-written. Majestic marble archways, tomes seemingly stacked for miles, and the infectious energy of hundreds of young adults fill the Biblioplex. The Grand Library is the heart of the Strixhaven University. The sights and sounds and sparks are magic in the air. Magic is in the air, and it's wondrous. So your acceptance letter, also if you don't have your acceptance letter, you've been informed that you are to go to the Biblioplex's main hall. Use your number, and there'll be a proctor there that's waiting to assign you into groups.
I definitely lost my acceptance letter.
So roughly where, in the central area here, I believe it's in the Hall of Oracles is where you're meant to go. Okay, yeah, everyone kind of put yourselves vaguely in the B11 area. Can be edited.
I won't have a letter, will I?
No, you will not have a letter.
How against you me standing at the door trying to steal someone else's letter?
If that's what you would like to attempt to do, you certainly can attempt it.
I'd like to stand at the door here and wait for a student who looks a bit nervous.
Okay, so you after about 3 to 4 minutes, you see a couple students pass. They're like you see a young halfling boy, and you're like, I'm not gonna fuck with that. You see a really big sort of elven-looking dude, looks quite strong. He's got like a shepherd's stick. You think, no, I'm not gonna fuck with that guy. That's also a bad target. You see a giant Goliath, not gonna fuck with that, and you see a big tiefling, not gonna fuck with that either. They all seem to be a bit bigger and a bit more intimidating. But you do see eventually what appears to be a small gnomish girl. Seems very frantic. She's got glasses that are almost bigger than her head. She's got like one of those classic Disney wizard hats on. She looks very skittish, very frantic. You think she'll be a good mark if you were to attempt to steal from her.
Yeah, I'll walk over to her.
Okay, so she notices. Are you trying to stealth, or are you trying to approach her candidly?
I'll approach candidly.
Okay, so she's like, oh dear, is this the Biblioplex? Oh hi, sorry I didn't see you there. And she kind of like turns to you. She's slightly smaller than you, and you're already tiny.
Hello, are you lost?
I might be. Is this the Biblioplex?
Oh, I'm not. Oh no, it's not over here. You went the wrong way.
Oh dear.
Can I check your acceptance letter?
Yeah, sure. You seem like a genuine guy. She's just going to quickly roll an inside check against you. Dice roller.
Make all Sam's characters fall for that. Can you give me that real quick?
So she seems pretty trusting of you. So she pulls it out of her bag that's, almost too big for her to carry. She blots all of her supplies down, her big wizard spell book, and she pulls out her acceptance letter and she shows it to you.
How complex is this letter?
It doesn't specifically, it just kind of says like, dear Strixhaven student, you've been accepted, blah, 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 blah. Please report to the Biblioplex.
Does Gobble know how to read?
Gobble knows how to read. I believe Gobble has the highest intelligence of anybody in the party. Oh, so maybe you, Jasper. What's your intelligence?
16, I think.
Yours is the highest. Gobble is second. Gobble is evenly second.
I've got forgery tools. How hard do I think it would be to make a fake one of these?
I reckon you could definitely give it a go. You did arrive here with your ring, your clothes, and the jerky that you were eating. You don't seem to have anything else on you of any worthy or note, except of course, anything you've got in your pack that is mandatory to start.
I've got a forgery kit, and I'm like, there's probably some paper in this massive building.
Yeah. I would. Can I get you to make a history check? Because are you going to try and copy it by taking it from her, or are you going to try and memorize the letter and then copy it?
I'm just gonna try and memorize it.
Okay, I'll get you to make a history check for me then.
8. I didn't roll too
You think you have like a pretty good grasp of the contents of the letter, so you hand it back to her. She's very grateful, and she says, "Well, if this isn't the Biblioplex, which direction should I go?"
Oh, did you say Biblioplex?
Yes.
Oh, sorry, old hearing. Oh yeah, it's this building right here.
Oh, good, awesome, thank you. What's your name?
Gobble.
Awesome. I'm Pennyfeather Gobbleglab.
That is a very...
Why did you laugh?
Just has gobble in it. Gobble's a great word.
You're right, it does have gobble in it. Maybe we're meant to be friends. Do you want to be friends, Gobble?
Sure.
Awesome. Hey, let's go in together.
Oh, one sec. I'm just waiting for another friend. I'll be in there soon.
Oh, okay, sure. I'll see you later. And she walks in. All right, so you're now alone at the entrance of the Biblioplex.
I'm going to try and walk into the Biblioplex and find some paper.
You can easily find some paper. There's like some flyers and stuff you use around. If you're looking for a blank sheet of paper, you might have to ask somebody. Otherwise, there's like plenty of flyers on these coffee tables and stuff that you could try to use.
Just on the back of a little blue flyer.
Is there any staff members?
Yeah, so there's Golf Lungeist there, and Isla Fizzlebottom as well. You could ask either one of those for some paper.
Excuse me, miss.
Yes, young goblin. What can I help you with?
I woke up late and I forgot to bring some paper to take notes, and I don't want to make a bad impression. Is there any chance you have some spare paper?
Oh, you poor dear. Here, have some paper. It's of a fine quality. And she hands you a couple bits of parchment that you could use.
Thank you very much. You're too kind.
No worries, little lad. No worries. It's your first day.
Yeah, I'm a bit scared.
Oh, don't be scared. This is the safest school in the multiverse.
Yay.
When it's not.
That's what they said about my last school.
Well, what happened to your last school?
It collapsed.
Oh dear, that's terrible.
Yeah, but it's alright, I can dig.
Oh, okay. Well, you look after yourself, young man.
I will. And then I leave and I go sit down here and make a fake one.
Okay, so I'll get you to do a check with your tools, with your forgery. So you just roll a d20 and add your proficiency modifier. If you're proficient with the forgery kit, if you're not, roll a d20 as per standard.
I know lockpicks, you can't use them without proficiency. Is forgery kit the same?
Well, Tom, do you have proficiency in that kit?
Does it say my proficiency? I've just got the kit.
You are proficient with the forgery kit, so you can roll with your proficiency.
Is my proficiency, is it +2? How is it?
It should be +2 at level +3 at level 1? No, it's +2. It's +2.
Right.
No, yeah, level 3 is definitely +2.
I'm going to roll medicine. I'm going to roll I'll roll nature because I already have what's going. 16. 16.
So as forgeries go, it's not your best work ever. It seems to be a pretty convincing letter, but the contents of the letter itself might not be exactly accurate. But if someone didn't look too hard at the letter, it would probably pass for a letter of acceptance.
I think I've done a very good job. I'm very chuffed with myself.
No worries. So do you then go and approach the central hall?
Yes.
Okay, so the assembled squad. So besides you guys, there are theater of the mind, roughly 50 kids in this room, all sort of waiting to kind of talk to. I'm just going to move him. This Cogwork Archivist. So big giant robot. It's pretty fucking tall. Like it's probably about 10 feet tall. It's like a robotic librarian essentially. And you kind of hear a voice coming out of like what could only be described as a rune that's on its shoulder that appears to be acting as what we would know as a speaker. And so it essentially says, "All right, students, new students, please approach the Hall of Oracles." So, you all kind of take a step forward. "Please present your number as you will be sorted into groups for the orientation challenge." So one by one, you all sort of, hand in your numbers, and by the end of the process, you are all together in the same group. So this is your first time officially meeting each other. What do you do? What do you say?
So I remember you saying that the ticket guy came out the same number as everyone else. So did we have the same number as just us 5, or
just you 5? No one else seems to have the same number. So,
right, so
your group is encompassed entirely by you 5 individuals.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
what are the odds?
What are the odds?
It's yeah, we're very lucky on this one.
It's crazy that we all pulled 52.
It was 90. It was 93, Mitch.
I couldn't forge a new one. I didn't know it was 52 or 93.
Well, no. The new names, hard to remember. Valafork is holding up a number that says 52 on it.
Okay, yeah.
So wait, there's 55 students with 52 teams.
What?
Anyway, I was just
Previous groups.
anyway.
He said people were already looking around. Previous students.
Yeah, the entire time you've been here, you've seen groups of roughly 4 to 5 individuals running around, sort of, usually there's one guy that's holding like what appears to be like a printout, sort of directing all the other students. So yeah, you guys have like a quick, there are other groups that are being handed these sort of printouts, you've got to bin the line. So what do you guys do while you're waiting?
Hey Caleb, what race are you? I can't tell from your picture.
I'm a Goliath.
Okay, I'm gonna turn to Caleb's character.
You look up.
Yeah, you have to look up.
Let's look up. I don't quite know how to say this, but because what are you?
He's the biggest goblin I've ever seen.
I am not a goblin.
You're a hobgoblin?
No.
I look down at Tom's character. Are you a goblin?
I look at my hands. I think so.
Okay, well, I've ticked one off the list.
I'm a Goliath, a stone Goliath.
Oh, you are made of stone?
Not exactly.
Oh.
My ancestors are descendant from stone giants.
Oh, they were made of stone?
made of stone.
They were made of stone.
Okay, interesting.
My
I won't
descendants were
ask how
goblins.
that happened.
I'm just nodding my head.
And then I look at...
Sorry, was just like not paying attention, head nodding up and down, like, yes.
Yes. I see. Well, I am a tiefling if you have never seen me before. And now we know.
I've never seen you before, but I know of tieflings.
Me specifically?
Well, you said you're a tiefling if you haven't seen you before. I have not seen you before. It's good to meet you. My name is Valafork.
Valafork. Yelan. I put my hand out.
And that stone giant.
I'm Raldrick.
Raldrick. Roll like a stone. Sorry. Anyway.
Big like a giant.
I'm very nervous.
Strong like monkey.
Hi, Crossy. Is there actually any other goblins in the room? Am I the only one?
I'll make a perception check.
19.
You appear to be the only goblin in this room, although you have seen a couple other goblins when you were approaching from outside the Biblioplex. There are other goblins in different groups, but in this room, as of right now, you are the only goblin.
And is this an old man or a young man? I can't tell. With the beard.
I had an accident. I'd prefer not to mention it. I'm Milhouse.
And again, with that...
To answer your question, 14.
Okay, young man with a big beard. Very interesting.
Yeah, he's got a very sort of like a dichotomy of the beard would make you think, if you weren't paying attention, 90-year-old man. But like when you actually look at his facial features, he's very boyish.
It's like not Spirited Away. How's Moving Castle? The little kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So after this interaction sort of happens, bit me tongue, fucking bastards.
Why'd you do that, you silly?
I'm some stupid guy. The Cogwork Archivist sort of calls your group's number to walk up and receive a little bit of a printed out note. Who walks out to receive the note as it's being offered by the Cogwork Archivist?
I'll take it.
Sure. So you've been handed a scavenger hunt. The voice from the archivist says, The rules are simple. Each clue on this list will lead you to a different location located on campus. Simply travel to the area in each clue references and perform the action the clue suggests. This is of the essence. You only have till the end of the day to finish your hunt. Solve as many clues as you can, because at each location you may win a prize. Off you go. So when you look at your list of clues that you've been handed, your designated area is Biblioplex. So it looks like other people around you have been given like the gardens, the commons area. So all of your clues realistically should be in this building.
Yeah.
Okay.
Semantic question.
Sure.
You said the end of the day. Is that end of the day as of now, or end of the day as in end of the day if where I am at the time, or
The end of the school day as provided by the clocks. And motions, there's a couple clocks on the wall. You've got a couple hours.
all right, awesome.
I will now post the clues in the chat.
As the Cogwork Archivist hands the clues to Yelan, emblazoned upon the top is the location of the clues, the Biblioplex itself. And it appears there are 5 tasks the group must complete. The clues are as follows. Clue number 1. You'll forget all about any trouble or plight when you step forward and are ensnarled in light. Clue number 2. Alumni Commission works when they retire, seeking promising mages to inspire. Clue 3. Each group deserves a free treat for their investment. Serve up this list and enjoy your refreshment. Clue number 4. These leafy beds aren't always what they seem. Give them a pat and see what you glean. Clue number 5. Some stars are ancient, enduring, and bright, but others, maybe you, are born on opening night.
Alright, so the light one's probably the big light in the middle of the room.
So you guys can walk around. You can ask me for a description of any particular area as you approach it physically, and we can go from there. And you just tell me what you want to do and what you want to interact with, and we run this scavenger hunt.
I want to.
Actually, I'm gonna give you a quick second. I'm gonna go grab a drink because it's very hot in this room. You guys can talk amongst yourselves about what the clues might be.
Well, clue 4 seems like a no-brainer.
Something about these bushes
Garden.
over here.
There's 2 garden beds, so it'll be in one of the 2.
Mm-hmm.
We have to find the journal section for clue number 2.
Alumni Commission works when they retire, seeking promising mages to inspire.
So that'd be
You think
like
these are
some form of an
statues,
apprenticeship. Wait, what place would be?
Look, alumni, but also says that when they retire, is in go to bed,
Yeah, possibly.
or is it when
also-
they actually
it's also-
retire? Is in like they stop working?
I read it as stopped working and taking a mage on, and like maybe that is specific to one of these rooms, or
This,
It could also be the library. Like when a mage retires, you go to the library to read about them. That's a little bit.
I was thinking of that with commissioned works. Like it could have been artwork, it could have been an artifact, or it could have been like a specific book.
I went statue, so pretty close. I was thinking, that's why I was like, I wonder if these
Statue?
are
Statue could make sense.
statues or they're actual people.
As in, they get statues or artworks of them commissioned to, like you would like see photographs of like past students.
I'm back.
Hello.
And this looks like an artwork room. That looks like that could be paintings on the wall.
I think the
Yeah,
2 obvious ones, I think, are the light and leafy beds
Yeah.
for the garden beds.
Split up and search for clues.
I guess it. What? I'll reread the light. You'll forget all about any trouble or plight when you step forward and stand in light. So that just sounds like step in light. I'll walk and stand in the middle of the light behind the giant.
So you're gonna walk straight into the light of the Hall of Oracles?
I'll touch it to see whether it's a solid object, and then I will walk inside of it.
Okay, so
If it is not.
as Milhouse approaches the Hall of Oracles, there's a bit of a hum of magical energy, sort of like pulsates a little bit. So you approach, slowly put your hand out, and you slowly touch it, and there's a bit of a whooshing as like a large bit of light sort of engulfs everyone in that area for a very quick second. And then you seem to pull out an object physically in your hand. You are holding a potion of healing. And you guys notice that on the list of clues, the first clue has been ticked off and marked successful.
Okay. I want to go over to this garden bed.
It is a sort of a quiet, like sort of a little study nook, a couple little trees here and there, just, it's surrounded by a lot of Witherbloom mages of like second year or higher, sort of just like, studying, laying on the grass, relaxing, communing with nature, etc.
Okay, what is this here?
Can I get a perception check on that, please?
I assume we would have walked over as a group.
17.
Yes. So you're sort of like, you're like, what is this little fucking collection? It looks slightly different than the rest of the bushes. You put your hand on it and you notice that it appears to be sort of slowly moving as if it's alive. It appears to be sort of an awakened shrub. So it's a living organism. A lot of the Witherbloom students, as you start touching it, they're kind of like giggling to themselves. And as you sort of like dig in, you kind of pull out what appears to be a little mascot. And it appears to be a mascot of Witherbloom. It's Pesty the Pest. So you got a little Pesty the Pest little toy. And you notice that the clue in relation to that is marked off successful.
Well, we've done clue 1 and clue 2.
No, clue 1 and clue 4.
Clue 1 and clue 4.
I want to go into this room.
Sure. Can I get a perception check from Gobble?
5.
So Gobble walks in. Gobble is a goblin from Dominaria in the Dominarian Wastes. So this is already a little bit confusing how much infrastructure is in this area. There appears to be a lot of depictions of people on the walls. A lot of them seem to be performing great acts of heroism or like little snapshots in time that have been frozen still and placed upon the wall for individuals to look at.
Is my idol on the wall?
Is your idol on the wall? No, there is no depiction of any goblins on the wall.
Waste of time.
You're saying Malt Darkcatcher is not on the wall?
No, Squee the Immortal is not on the wall.
Before I leave the plants, by the way, I want to go over to a flower that isn't blooming and make it bloom with Druid.
Yeah, so as you do that, a couple with the Bloom Pledge Mages, they recognize you and they saw that you did that, and there's a bit of a nod of respect. And it seems like they might be remembering your face. It's always good to get a gleam on the new students.
And then I'm going to go over with the rest of my cohort.
Mm-hmm.
Do any of the paintings have like any captions below them that stand out to me?
Yeah, can I get you? So as you examine it, you see sort of one of the underneath it is a sort of like a picture of like a big dragon. And there's a bit of text that says, "At Strixhaven, we are all inspired."
I cast Fireball.
Fucking, what do you mean?
I can't cast Fireball.
So I will get you, Gobble, to roll an investigation check as you see that at Strixhaven we're all inspired.
11.
11. It appears to just be sort of a little plaque, so just keeping everyone reminded that, all Strixhaven, everyone's inspired, everyone's here to learn. That's the sort of information that you glean from that.
With my background, I rub it to see if anything happens.
I'll get you to roll sleight of hand.
Oh, I mean the plaque for records.
Yeah, I'll get you to roll sleight of hand. I knew what I said.
6. I just wanted to clarify it wasn't bad. I've rolled really badly recently.
Yeah, so you sort of like lightly brush the words and you feel inspired, but you're right, at Strixhaven we are all inspired. That's the message that you glean from that.
I feel like I'm missing something.
What you doing over there, Gobber?
I found a painting. It inspires me. You know what inspired means?
Look back over his Steph's character.
So what Valafork sees is Gobble, a 3-foot-tall goblin, kind of like vaguely rubbing his right hand over the plaque that says it inspires him. He's like holding it like about shoulder height. So you like look and you see that you see one second, characters, it's going to take a while to remember names. You see Raldrick, talking a little bit to some Witherbloom students, and Yelan's not too far from him. So there's just like, there's a dichotomy of outside is the rest of your party seems quite normal, and inside is this small goblin that's rubbing a plaque with his hand sensually.
Yelan, can you come over here with that note again?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
I just like pull it out, read, and I look back over to Gobbo. Gobbo said he's inspired, which seems very close to Clue 2.
What other paintings are in the room?
They're mostly just like, paintings of like, there's paintings of all the college heads. They've all got different sayings on it, like, to create art is to create life, etc. They've all got different, like, individual hopeful sayings on them.
Yeah, the one with the pluck of the inspirational quote. Is the person like holding something or?
No, it is a portrait of the head dragon of Silverquill. Forget his name at the moment. So it appears to just be sort of a very striking image of him flying through the skies, trying to inspire, his students and all that. So realistically, all that's there is there's the painting and there's the plaque. Would you like to make an investigation check on either?
Yeah, I'm feeling Hogwarts. I'm feeling like reaching inside the painting to pull something out. That's the vibe.
Sure, give me a
obviously
perception check.
All right, perception.
I thought that too, but I thought I'd get attacked. I think we'll just put my hand in the
I'm not rolling too well. 11 perception.
11. So you join Gobble. You're like, maybe there's something to this inspiration thing, and so just as
Starts unscrewing the plaque.
So Valafork sees Yelan come in, walk up, and then do the exact same motion as Gobble, just left hand, right hand over the plaque itself.
I can't say I feel as inspired as
This must be
Gobble.
something I'm missing from my farming journey. I guess I followed and follow what everyone else is doing.
Okay, so you walk up. Can I get you to roll an investigation check? As you walk up...
I invite Valafork to come rub the plaque with me.
I'm just like, maybe this is some fucking town folk thing.
This is some towny shit. So, Raldrick, you walk in and you see all three of your compatriots all like kind of essentially rubbing a plaque. Shortly after Valafork starts doing it, though, he accidentally like presses in the eye of inspired. Like he puts a little bit more force because he's not just doing the sensual rub. He's going, and yeah. So as you do that, a box pops out just below the thing, and it has a Strixhaven pennant on it for each character of the party. So it's just like a little pennant that identifies you as a Strixhaven student. Clue 2 is now completed as well. So only 3 and 5 left.
Jesus
I guess
Christ.
everyone adorns their Strixhaven pendants.
Yeah, I'll
Six people on
adorn
check.
mine.
I want to walk. Is this another student over here?
Yes.
I want to go ask him a question.
Sure. One sec. I'm going to bring up his character sheet for me. Yep. So you approach that young man.
Hey, how's it going?
Ha! I've got you! And he mimes shooting an arrow at you with his hands. Thought you could sneak up on me, eh?
Well, no, I kind of announced I was here.
Nope, you didn't declare that. I'm an archer and I shot you. You're down, my friend. Could you please sit down?
I don't think I want to go to this school anymore. They told me there were smart people here.
He like whispers at you and he's like looking around. He's like, it's just a bit of role play. I'm part of the role players club. Don't you understand? This is fun. Two.
No, I don't. I back up slowly.
Another monster defeated by Cadaras Delamoire. He mimes aiming a bow at the rest of you.
Excuse me, I'm Sir Gobble. My character coughs.
Like an iPad kid?
Sam, I would like to cast Minor Illusion and make a pretend bow in my hands to go back at him.
Another archer! Have it thee! And he goes to say, I shoot you for. Would you do anything in response?
No.
I take out my actual bow.
So he mimes shooting at Valafork and he goes, another person slain. Can you please sit down? You've been hit.
I'm gonna be very dramatic, and I'm going to get rid of that Minor Illusion and cast another one with like blood. Go, And fall to the ground.
A true actor's soul. You must join the live-action role-playing guild. You will fit right in.
No, thank you.
What? You simply. My name is Cadaras Denamoir. What is your name, sir?
Valafork of Vantumn.
Look, elf to elf, you really fit in the role-playing guild. Trust me, you must join.
I'll think about it. I'll put it on the back burner.
That's it. I'll see you next session. And he sort of like walks away, convinced in his mind that he successfully recruited someone to the role-playing guild.
You haven't even told me when next session is, let alone when.
That's your next mission, he says as he walks out. But you notice he doesn't leave. He goes and talks to this chick over here.
I go walk up to a Valafork. Is that what his name is?
Yep, Valafork.
Valafork.
I can make you a real bow.
And that was all just a bit of fun.
I won't tell anyone.
No, Milhouse is there with his bow that he has. Okay.
I go ask this person the question I was originally going to ask.
So clue 5. This looks like a stage.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. I was gonna go talk to this guy.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask this person, where can I get some food? Where can I go get a drink, some water?
1 sec, let me consult the notes that be. There is a cafeteria in this area. Biblioplex Cafe, B6. He doesn't say that, but it is B6.
We don't get.
We don't
You don't get numbers at all?
annotations.
Oh, okay, I thought you would have. Oh, my bad.
Mentioning.
Yeah, no, my
GM
apologies.
layer.
It must be on the GM layer. Let me find B6, 1 second.
I thought he had a different map, which all these areas were like associated.
No, I have the exact same map, but I have numbers on mine. B6, where's B6? Give me 1 second. I'm determined to look on this screen until I see the number B6. That is full of people eating. I'm gonna say this is B6.
That looks like a
Yeah,
stove.
that's gonna have to be B6. It doesn't say B6 on the map, but it's not labeled, so there must be B6.
It's got a stove. That's a kitchen for sure. And those look like cafes.
Yeah, that is described as an area with many students eating cafe food. So yeah, that's the cafe.
My thought hand is this is the generic kitchen, and this is the bougie kitchen.
No, that is the student merch store.
Right, I figured by the lounger seats that it might be like, this is where the rich kids
I figured
eat.
from like what looks like a chicken on a dish.
Yeah, right.
Like buffet
I'm like,
style and
this is where
buffet
the rich
tables.
kids go to eat, and this is where the povo kids get their gruel.
That's where you can buy hats, robes, gloves, and other embroidered Strixhaven apparel.
So
Good, I'm
cute.
bored.
I mean, yeah, I could see like these being hats.
I'm bald. I need a hat.
Okay, so I've answered Tom's question. We're now going to cut over to the individuals near the north of the map who are talking to Quintilius, correct?
As I say, I run back to the gang.
Question:
I
Do
run because I
you see names on your map?
No.
Important to know, because when Caleb went over to here, do you see a token there?
Which token?
Yes.
Here.
As in like this token?
Yeah.
Does he look like the guy from Harry Potter who played the one in Goblet of Fire who died?
Cedric?
Yeah, Cedric. I think he looks like Cedric myself.
He does look a lot like fucking what's his face?
Robert Pattinson.
Robert
Thank you.
Pattinson, that's the dude's name, yeah.
Is this
The guy
the
who loves being asked that he's Edward.
is this the guy who I think he is? Yeah, he is.
He looks like an asshole.
So let me describe B13 real quick.
I'll go and drink while you're away.
Sure. So this is an impressive amphitheater. Looks like it would be used for lectures, assemblies. It's a gathering place for emergencies. There are some magic steps that lead up to the area. I believe it's just those. It's just so it can be ascended by anyone, even people with disabilities. And there is an individual standing there, and he looks like he's kind of like orating. I think he's doing a bit of a section of a play, but it's in a language that none of you speak. And as you sort of approach him, he like points directly at you, and he finishes a line with like a grand flourish. He's like, "Sonecrum delamarum," and he like points to you, and he like waits for applause. And what do you guys do?
No, deadpan. Just look at him.
I'll give him 3 claps.
Raldrick mutters under his breath. People at this school are strange. In Druidic, obviously. So the Pilgrims, I would say.
What is he
I'll
speaking?
pretend to faint.
What is he speaking? Let me tell me what languages you guys speak.
Okay, common sign language, draconic.
None of those.
Common and goblin.
None of those.
Common Elvish
Elvish
halfling.
and giant.
None of those.
I speak and read all languages. Nah, just covered in Elvish.
Okay, so it has some. Valafork gets every fifth word out of the thing that he heard. It's adjacent to Elvish, but it's not Elvish.
I also speak Elvish.
Then you also.
speak Elvish.
Well, you guys could have led with that.
I said common Elvish and halfling.
My apologies. Well, either way, it is not Elvish, but you get every fifth word.
So it's adjacent to Elvish.
It's adjacent to Elvish. When Valafork
As
gives
someone who can understand every 10th word of German, it goes a lot further than you think it does, knowing a very
does.
small amount. Every
get
fifth
pieces-
word is enough to get like a
some sentences.
quarter to half of the meaning.
Yeah, because you can kind of piece together like normal words that would just fit in between
Yeah.
places.
Anyway,
Anyway.
we can't understand him.
but
technically.
Valafork did clap 3 times, and so when he sees you clap, Valafork, he brightens up, and he goes, "My friend, are you a big fan of the theater?"
I'm a big fan of the theater. What is a theater?
The theater, the grandest stage of them all, my friend. Surely you're interested in being a big star.
I can explain what the theatre is.
Go on then.
There are winds in the sky.
I say it's when people pretend to be me to show off my amazing feats.
I use prestidigitation to make a shower of sparks over the goblin.
You notice that he immediately picking up on the bit makes a sort of like sound that's like ta-da! As the sparks rain over the goblin. He's like, so you are theatre heads. You understand the importance of timing and wit. You simply must join the Play Actors Drama Guild. I insist.
Wait, Sam has a question.
Yep.
For like shits and gigs, do you know the when people go into battle, there's the person who holds the flag.
Yep, flag bearer.
The standard bearer.
Standard bearer.
Would you class that as a weapon?
It can be utilized as a weapon.
It has
Can I
a
make one?
sharp point.
Can you make one?
Yeah.
With what?
I can make weapons. I can make pack weapons.
If you have the ability using a feat that you've got to do so, I would let you. Yeah, if you have the capability.
Can it have a flag on it that says Team 52?
52? Yeah, sure. Yeah, it says Team 52.
We're Team 93, but you doing Team 52 is way better.
I make a phantom flag that says Team 93 as he has the spot.
Oh, no, come on, commit to the 52.
52.
It's way funny if you guys just keep eminently declaring that you're Team 52 throughout the rest of this campaign.
I look at the thing and I pull out one of my numbers from my pocket. Which one do I pull out, Sam?
Let's roll a 50-50. Can you roll however you want to do a 50-50 split? There's several dice you can use.
Just do odds and evens.
Yeah, and just do odds and evens. Evens is
Right.
it's Team 52. Odds is 93.
Evens.
That's
52.
That's Team 52. It matches.
So I pull out and that's our team! 52! And I show everyone my 52 ticket.
Now you just look fucking. Guy makes a flag. That's our team.
He's showing spirit. So Quintilius. So his name is Quintilius, by the way. So he immediately recognizes this quick action, this quick wit, and he is forcefully walking towards you, being like, "You would all be a great fit for the Play Actors Drama Guild, whether as on-stage talent," as he points to Gobble, or he says, "or stage hands, the most important member of the team," and he points to everybody else.
See, I've already been invited to another group, so I don't know if I can attend too.
Oh, well, which group have you been invited to, sir?
I cast with all the might, I pull out this bow and I cast my illusion of bow and I go, I shoot you with my bow.
You see his face drop immediately. It is an image of pure disgust that he radiates from his face, and he says, "You're joining the LARPers?"
No. I've been invited to join the lab.
May I convince you to use your talents literally anywhere else? Probably even any other club, just not them.
I make my weapon disappear the one I made, and I want to walk up to him, and I want to give him a slight nudge. What's the party's like? I lift my eyebrow.
So he kneels down and he sort of whispers in your ear, and he's like, "Only the most attractive women at the Play Actors Drama Guild parties."
I go to fist bump him.
And he returns it. He's into it. He's becoming a big Gobble stan very quickly. Yeah, so he's just here like orating. Did you come to this location to do anything else other than talk to this man?
I don't know, I just tagged on. Oh guys, by the way, I think I know where clue 3 is. I found where we can get food.
Oh, well, that's helpful. Let's see if we can finish clue number 5 first, and then we'll go there.
The gods said it's at B6.
So let's have a look at clue 5. So it's some stars are ancient, enduring, and bright, but others may be you. You were born on opening night. Okay, so what are you guys looking around? So this entire area is set up sort of as like a stage. There's some curtains, there's some lights. There's an area for like maybe a choir to stand. So there's a bunch of areas. So what are you guys looking for in relation to your clue?
Born on opening night. Do we open the curtains?
You give that a go. You certainly give that a go.
Opening night, or
Yeah, it sounds like a good idea.
Okay, so there's obviously this a curtain that would retract to there and a curtain that would retract to there. So you guys can sort of pull open the curtains fully. They were already majoritarily open, but you open a little bit more. Referring back to your clue book, nothing seems to have updated yet.
Are there stage lights?
Yeah, so there are several stage lights. Can I get you to make a perception check?
that was my other thought.
How's a nat 20?
Nat 20 is very good. You expand your mind while trying to ignore Quintilius as much as possible while everyone else is sort of interacting with him, paying attention to the task at hand because you don't want to disappoint Fenor on day one. You count that there are exactly 2, 3, 4, 5 major line lights that are kind of up on the ceiling. None of them are turned on though.
Do I
turn them on and we
how-
stand in the.
Do I see somewhere that
we stand in
be
the
turned
light.
on?
Each of us.
Yeah, so there is just a switch up against the wall that will turn all of them on.
Alright, go and turn them on.
Okay, so they're 5 different individual beams of light, sort of 1, 2. They're in sequence, so there's 5 individual spots that are being shown on specifically.
I shall stand at the closest one, for my legs are short.
You stand in the first light.
We'll go to the second.
I go to the furthest one because I'm the tallest.
Okay. So everyone's roughly in position. There's 1 position left over for come on, brain. You're not that stupid. Yelan, which would be in the center, the center stage.
I guess I'll go center stage.
Okay, and as you do that, there's a bit of a fanfare. The lights appear to start flickering, and there's sort of a.
Sorry to interrupt. Quintilius does the.
No, Quintilius immediately, along with the song, starts singing "He's a Jolly Good Fellow," and as he finishes, "No one can deny." You notice that your list has been updated and that clue has been completed. Cool. Let me see if you actually get anything for doing it. I don't think they all give something.
I created quarterstaff and pretend it's an electric so.
As he finishes the song, at Yelan's feet, suddenly, as if appearing. You know what? I prefer. Yelan, can I get a dexterity saving throw?
Sure. Dex saving.
Am I gonna fall on her head?
4. Can I not roll shit tonight? I got a 9.
You got a 9. Okay, so as Quintilius finishes singing the song and the music dies down and the lights begin to turn off, everyone else roll a perception check real quick to see if you see this happen.
Nope. Bad. I don't.
10.
Okay, anyone who got above a 10 sees that as you turn to have a look at all your compatriots, you see a lantern, like a small little hooded lantern, flies out of the light behind Yelan and hits her directly in the back of the head.
Cracks open her skull.
Yelan, can you please? I'm gonna roll a D4 and you take that much damage.
Leon, duck.
What?
Bang! Please take 3 bludgeoning damage.
Yes, I can do.
Is the lamp dented?
There is a very minuscule dent in it. It's a hooded lantern that's filled with oil, but not lit.
I walk over and mutter in Druidic, and then a bunch of berries appear in my hands, and I'm like, here, eat these, they'll help.
These are medicinal berries.
Thank you. How much is a good berry?
It heals 1 health per berry.
1 health per berry. All right. I get 1. How many berries? 3.
It summons 10, but
10. All right. I'm good.
you're good.
So you heal back to full. As you're done, as you finish, unfortunately, Quintilius is still here. And you all just like did a big, essentially Broadway act while him singing along. He's convinced that you all should join the drama club. He hands you all a flyer saying when their next meeting is and how to sign up. he keeps trying to give it to you. You know, like when you're leaving PCW and the kid tries to give you a flyer.
I walk away.
Who takes Quintilius's flyer?
I'll take Quintilius's flyer.
I take it.
Sign it and I walk away.
But out of like, you know how when people give you flyers at like, what's it called, voting, and you just kind of like,
You're like, yeah, I will take that. Yeah, I will.
Yeah.
I sign it and I walk away. I don't take it.
So as you walk away, he kind of like, he says out to you, "What is your name, Goblin?"
It's Gobble.
And he looks down at your signature, and he's like, "You're gonna be a big star one day, Gobble." And he puts that in his bag, trying to like preserve it. He folds it very gently because that might be your first ever signature.
Fold it. The value's just tanked.
He doesn't have a bag big enough to keep the unfolded flyer. All right, so that is done. Cool. So yeah, you got 1 clue left, I believe.
And then we're off to the cafeteria. Sorry, B6 has gone.
Cafe.
The B6 Cafe, as it's referred to.
Well,
I feel like I run to keep up because I'm gonna assume everyone's fast.
I'll stand on the fucking what's your race, giant? Goliath. I'll stand on the Goliath's foot and ride along.
He attempts to do that. Yeah. What does Raldrick do?
I'll like back up here because you would have very quickly caught up to me.
I basically don't even notice the halfling.
Yeah, because he weighs nothing. So
I'm a 3 foot I'm a 2 foot like 5 halfling.
And I'm 8 feet tall.
Damn, you're a midget. I tower over you.
I tower over both of you
Halflings
combined.
full-sized are 3 foot, and I'm 14, so I'm probably like 2 foot 5, 2 foot 6.
I think I made mine 3 foot.
yeah, you said 3 foot before.
I am 8 feet tall and weigh 300 pounds.
Yeah, I stand on his foot and ride along.
I don't even notice the halfling attached to my leg.
Okay. I'm just gonna quickly read the solution. One moment.
As he comes around the corner, I'll jump off and like run ahead into the room.
Alright, well, I'll step back in then.
I mean, I would say I would occupy like an 1/8 of one of these tiles, but
I feel like I probably occupy the
you probably
entirety of
occupy
one.
more than one.
Yeah. It's one of those things where, like, Goliath, they're considered medium somehow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. So you approach. So the area is the now renamed B6 Cafe, also known as the Bibliopex Cafe, but all the cool kids call it B6, as we all know. So there's a lot of people in the sitting area, a lot of mostly second years, a couple of first years, but they don't seem to be like actively doing anything. So either they had a different area on their thing and they finished it, or they had this section and they've already completed the task and they're completely finished. So as you approach, do you just go straight inside the cafe?
Yes.
I stand here. Does anyone look really nervous looking at a piece of paper, really struggling?
In the B3 section.
Just where we are, yeah. Is anyone just like really looking at a piece? It looks like a random piece of paper, looking a bit nervous.
Yeah, you can roll a perception check.
About at this point, does Mitch catch up?
I'm still talking to Quentin.
Oh, you're talking.
Oh, you're talking to Quentin? Oh, we'll come back. We'll come back. We'll come back to the. We got to finish talking to Quintilius.
Do we have?
I rolled a 10.
You do recognize at least one person that looks very, very confused, and that is Fizzlebizzle Gobbleglab, the small gnome child that you met previously, still looking extremely confused, and she sees you approach like, "Oh, Gobble, is that you?"
The one and only.
Oh, gee, I lost all my party members. I'm too small. I don't know where they are. Do you, by any chance, have you seen a giant, like sort of like a really big, hairy-looking guy? A very thin elf. There's sort of like a little dragon guy, but he looks like he's always wet.
Are you in Team 93 as well?
No, I'm not in Team 93. I'm in Team 78.
Damn. Everyone just looks the same to me.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Well, if you see those guys, can you let them know I'm here? I'm just going to be sipping this cup of tea until then.
Will do.
Trying to best stay one. Well, they're gone. Fucking. I'll go to the cafe.
I wanted to see if I could sell some answers.
Okay, so you guys approach the cafe. So the cafe is being run by like a sort of a middle-aged looking gnome woman, very kind face, and she sees you sort of all approach. And can I get an inside check from somebody that walks into the cafe?
Yeah, I sprinted into the cafe. 22.
12.
Finally, a good fucking roll. 18.
Okay, so Yelan and Milhouse immediately clock that as you walk in. Isla Fitzbottom is her name. She sees you holding the clues, like the hand of the clues, and she seems to maybe even possibly read that it's the biblioplex section, and she's kind of like does like a small nod to herself, like an almost imperceivable tell, but you manage to notice that you're definitely in the right place for your particular set of clues.
I approach her, and
I'll jump on top of a stool so I can see over the counter.
Yes, as you approach, it's like, "Oh, hi there. How you doing?"
Hi. We're doing the Biblioteca scavenger hunt. I'm sure you've heard of it. After all.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of it. Yeah.
Yeah. So, clue 3 says, serve up this list and enjoy your refreshment. And I feel like perhaps if I, followed as it's stated, we might get a drink from giving you.
Oh, well, I'd absolutely love to do that for you, darling. But I'm just there's so much going on. I need help. I need help organizing back here. Would you mind jumping the counter and giving me a hand? Just help me get through the lunch rush.
I'll really play up my my native West Midlands accent that I've somehow trained out.
Yep.
And go, "Oh, are you from the West Midlands as well?"
That I am, young man. That I am.
Whereabouts are you from?
Oh, I'm from Grongran. Have you ever heard of Grongran?
Oh, Grongran. I believe my great-great-grandfather's from there.
Oh, that's lovely. It's an absolutely... Have you been? Have you been personally?
No, never myself.
Oh, but your accent's so strong.
This is the correct place for the clue, right?
Oh, I mean, I'd love to give you a hand with that, but I'm just so busy. If you guys gave me a hand back here, maybe then I'd have time to look at your clue.
Well, what do you need help with?
So she gives you a list of very minor chores. Organizing, manning the register is one of them. preparing sandwiches. It looks like there might be a couple tasks that all need to be done in succession. Who wants to do what?
What are the tasks?
So man the register, make sandwiches, and organize the inventory. So you need 3 people.
I don't want to do the register. If I try and open that, it's gonna fucking shin cap me.
I'll make the sandwiches. It's funny.
Okay, so you're gonna make sandwiches.
I'm not particularly well suited for any of these tasks, I'm be real.
Gobbo on the register. You can count to 6.
Oh no, Gobbo and I each stand on one side of the register. I do the math and tell him what to grab.
Okay, and Raldrick, what are you doing? You gonna do organizing of inventory?
Yeah, I guess I'll start sorting.
Okay, cool. All right, so the individuals rolling for there is a roll involved. The guy's manning the cash register. Can I get you guys?
I do not agree to this.
Okay, well, I need a solid agreement from the entire party as to who's doing what before we continue.
How do I reckon I can work this cash register?
Give me an insight check.
18.
You're Gobble the Great, Tom.
Right. Yeah?
If you couldn't man a cash register, how will you ever live up to Squee the Immortal's memory?
You make an excellent point. I walk up to the
with
Climbs onto the stool after me and gets onto the counter.
I start, you have Gobble the Great.
Okay, and can I?
You want me
So yeah.
to man the register? Come on. You want this money maker behind there? You want it where people can see it.
The money maker.
The
I just
great
didn't want
money
Gobble
maker.
making sandwiches. That sounded like a health violation.
All right, so we'll have those two are manning the register. You're making sandwiches, and Raldrick sorting inventory. All right, for the people that are manning the register, can I get a persuasion check, charisma persuasion check? You can both make it, and we'll take the best roll out of the two of you.
13, because I rolled really bad again.
What fucking number is that? I rolled a 14. Get fucked.
For the individual sorting inventory, can I just get you to make an athletics check? You're mostly moving boxes of inventory around. So that'll be you, Caleb.
Yeah, sorry, I had to read something because it's like it was gonna give me advantage if it was to end the grapple condition. I'm like, no.
You
You're
are
not grappling with it.
start squeezing the boxes of flour. It says you rolled a 4. Did you roll a 4?
I did roll a 4.
Okay, I had to check. And can I get Yelan? What makes sense? Survival. Roll me a survival check.
+2. 17.
Steph, you have proficiency with cooking utensils, don't you?
God, but who knows? Who knows? I do. I have cook utensils.
Well, then we'll add +2 onto that, and so we'll
Alright.
make it a 19 total.
19, yeah.
You were born to make sandwiches in the school tuck shop.
That's a bit fucking sexist.
As possibly bad as that is, you have done a very excellent job.
Yeah, I knew I would. I told myself here.
So approximately 15 minutes pass. The boys man the register doing a pretty decent job. Gobble's trying to whip up the charm, but Milhouse seems to be doing a lot better job because he's actually listening to what the customers are saying. Raldrick, you pick up a lot of the inventory, but Isla keeps having to tell you that's the wrong thing. No, don't put it there. Don't drop that. So you used to be struggling a little bit. This is a new challenge that you've never had to deal with before. You have fought monsters in the Dark Waste. You've learned rune magic, but you've never worked in retail. So you're really coming to grips with this.
It's a tough place.
You really are an ally of all hospital workers.
This might be the hardest thing Raldrick has ever done. And after all that's done, so it's about 15 minutes, 20 minutes. She's like, "Oh, thank you so much for that. It seems to have calmed down now. Hey, can I have a look at that clue list?"
I had to put up the West Midlands accent that whole time.
Yeah, you didn't want to break.
Oh yes, a sandwich. Oh yes, of course.
So do you guys pass the clue list? Mm-hmm. Okay, and as she does, she just gets out a pen. She licks her finger, puts it on, and then does a little scribble, and it's marked as complete. You also get offered a free sandwich. You don't have to make it.
Wow.
And a free cup of tea because you have completed the final clue.
Can we take one to go for our other friend? I think he's gotten lost on the way over.
Of course you can, and we'll cut back to Quintilius and Valafork. All right, Mitch, you?
Yeah.
All right, what are you chatting about with Quintilius?
So Quintilius, this thing you want me to join.
The drama club, yes.
I'm just conflicted. I met this other man. And I would love for you to meet him as well, and maybe you could explain to him why I should join this club.
Who is this other man? You, the way you described it before, it seemed like it was one of those LARPers.
Oh no, I'm totally talking about a different person right now.
Make a deception check. It's your deception versus his insight.
There it is. I got a -1 to it. I got a 14, baby.
He doesn't believe you, unfortunately. He's like, are you trying to put me on, Valafork? Because a man of my prestige at the drama club can't be seen talking to any LARPers.
Well, okay, maybe I was trying to pull one over on you. I'd really just like to hear the differences between the two clubs with you guys in like a debate forum. Like, figure out which one I should join.
Well, I wouldn't usually suggest you interacting with any of those, LARPers. But perhaps if you came to a single event of mine and my drama club, and you went to one of their horrible little meetings, you could decide which one truly is a fit for a man of your talents.
So can I get that in writing, Quentin? You'd like me to go to one of their meetings?
If it would get you to come to one of mine, I suppose I can make that concession.
Okay. I'll do that. I'll try one of each of you and see which one I feel like makes the most sense to my heart.
Very good. So he hands you one of the flyers. I believe you took one before. And he writes the date and time of the next meeting on it. And he just as like you're about to leave, he's like, and if you could, please convince Gobble. He's a masterwork. We have to have Gobble in the production.
I'll give it my best attempt.
Good man. And as you leave, he starts singing in that sing-songing, nearly elvish voice again as you walk away.
Great way to make someone feel wanted. If you can. Another man.
Okay. So you meet up with the rest of the squad. They give you a sandwich. There's a free cup of tea there. What do you guys do now that you've completed your task?
Well, I guess we go back to the guy in the middle.
Did the automaton say what we do?
You're just about to go hand it in, essentially.
We hand it in, presumably?
So there's a big joyous and energy atmosphere. A lot of people are really happy. There's a lot of people, smiling, meeting up, hanging out. And then, can I get you guys to roll a perception check?
20. 21.
5.
17.
14.
14. Okay. Anyone who got above a 15 sort of hears from this direction as you're walking up. There's like a couple of individuals that are like standing around what look like 3 suitcases. And you hear them kind of being like, were these here before? I don't really think they were. And one of them sort of like touches it. And there's like a loud snapping sound. And then the elf woman pulls her hand back and screams, "Mimic!" And there is an immediate reaction. I'll quickly put them on the board. So there's a big kerfuffle. All of the students that are like hanging around immediately all try to run for the exit at once. None of them want to fuck with this mimic. It's terrifying to them. The Clockwork Archivist doesn't seem to really react. And 3 mimics are running around here, chomping at anything in sight. And they clock eyes on your group. And they beeline for you. And we roll initiative now.
Okay, let's go.
What is a mimic?
It's a shapeshifter that takes the form of a mundane object like a chair or a briefcase or whatever, and then when it's touched, it reveals that it's a monster and tries to eat whatever's near it. Okay, so that mimic rolled a 1, that mimic rolled a 1, and that mimic rolled a 15.
Really?
We go with Yelan first. What is your immediate reaction?
I've grown up fighting. I think I would immediately run in and try and get these guys out of the way.
Yeah, there is. I will say I don't have a token for them on the map. There is one of the elf girls is still here, trapped behind the mimics.
Yeah, I think I go into like fight or flight, and I'm ready to fight.
Okay.
All right, what is my movement speed? 40. I can't get close enough to hit them. I think what I'll do, because I can't actually hit them, is I will dash and put myself in between them and the girl.
Sure. So you're gonna position yourself kind of like on top of one of these benches, or like in between here, standing in between that gap.
Yeah, I think I'll go here.
Sure, that seems fine. No bonus actions. Any other effects?
Oh, bonus actions. I forgot about that. Shit. Maybe. All right. Well, I'll go here.
It's
then,
level
'cause
three. We may
You should have
bonus
stuff.
actions.
You should have some stuff.
You're right. I'm sorry. I can flurry of bow. No, flurry
We're
of
back.
blows. What's the difference between?
I believe to use flurry of blows, you have to take the attack action.
Yeah.
Let me look at your sheet. We're all learning because it's all new characters and it's a new system as well. So
It's a new system, so even if it was like that before,
it might have changed.
Anymore.
Let's have a look. You've got actions in combat.
It doesn't say I have to hit first. I don't think. It's a bonus action.
You can make an unarmed strike as a bonus action. You don't have to attack anymore. You can make an unarmed strike as a bonus action without taking the attack action. It doesn't say it's a requirement.
Yeah. What's the actual difference between? Because I have unarmed strike and flurry of blows.
So flurry of blows is if you hit something successfully, you can then also choose to do flurry of blows, which is like an additional hit that you can do.
Okay.
So let's read the new flurry of blows.
Trying to figure out what.
So flurry of blows is you can expend one focus point to make 2 unarmed strikes as a bonus action.
Oh,
The focus points now, not key points.
They renamed. I told you, Monk got like pretty overhauled. It's the class I think that got the most changes, and most of the changes were positive towards Monk. Mm-hmm. So you can either choose.
Monk was ass before, to be fair.
You can
Monk
choose.
was ass at level 1 and at level 20.
Yeah.
Yeah, Monk had this golden age
like-
of around level 8 to level 12.
Yeah.
It was the best class in the game, and then after that, it was bad.
Problem is, 95% of campaigns are level 5 or below.
Exactly. So you got 2 options. You can either attack with just your bonus action and do an unarmed strike, or you can spend a focus point to do the flurry of blows, which is it hits twice basically.
Yeah. I'm just gonna see if my deflecting attacks takes.
They'll most likely take a reaction, I would
Yeah, they
imagine.
take a reaction. They don't take a focus point. I will flurry of blows then.
Sure. Go, hit me with that roll to hit,
It's
and I'll get you to specify. I'm going to make these actually on the tiles
Hey.
correctly.
dirty 20 on the one that's in front of
Directly in front of you. Okay.
directly in front of me.
I'm assuming this one. Yep. Cool. Cool. Roll
Dirty
damage.
20. Okay, so I make 2d6 plus 2 then?
Yeah, you should do because it says you do multiple. So yeah, do 2d6.
Okay. I rolled a 5 and a 1, so 6. And then is it just the plus 2?
A 5. So you rolled 6
Okay.
on
I rolled
dice.
6 on dice plus 2, so 8.
8 damage. Awesome. I'm going to need, as you make contact with the mimic, your hands sort of like there's sort of like a bit of a mucousy membrane over it. I'm going to need you to make. I'm going to make you do a strength saving throw.
8.
So your hand is stuck to the mimic. You will get both your hits off, and you will do full damage. But your hand is now grappled to the mimic, and you can at the end of your turn make the check again, and at the end of every subsequent turn, pass turn to Raldrick. What do you do?
Bonus action, wild shape.
Yep.
Turning into a bear. So you drops down to all fours, and Roderick's massive form turns into a big ass brown bear. My movement speed is now 40,
Yep.
so I'm gonna go there.
Sure.
And I would like to take the bear's multi-attack action.
Sure. Yeah. Roll your attacks. See if they hit.
My strength becomes +3, so I have a +5 to the roll. So d20, 12 to hit.
12 will hit. Yes. On your first hit, you will need to make that saving throw.
Well, the first hit is a bite.
Yeah, still makes physical contact with the mimic.
Oh, good. And sorry, it was a
It's a strength saving throw.
strength save.
Well, it's strength or dex, I suppose, whichever you prefer.
Okay,
Probably
so-
not worth using a portent charge for a saving throw.
Probably not.
Alright, so I can use the bear's stat block, so I get +3 to the roll.
What was the first damage, by the way, Caleb, from your first hit? You got 11 for the saving throw?
11 for the saving throw and 11 for the damage. For the
Okay,
first hit.
you are not grappled.
Alright, so first hit, 11 damage.
Yep, I have recorded that.
And the second one is... So 15 to hit,
That's a hit.
5 slashing damage.
Yep.
And is it considered huge or smaller?
It is a medium monstrosity.
So yes, so it is considered prone.
So you've knocked this one prone.
Yes.
Okay, I will give it the little prone symbol. Okay, cool, awesome. Any other actions?
No, but I do need to add my 9 temporary hit points into bear form, and that's my turn.
Okay, cool. So we got this sort of turn of Yelan, punching it with a bit of monk energy. We've got a turn of Raldrick, transforming into a bear, running up, biting the mimic and slashing at it, knocking it over. It is then that mimic's turn, so it pops itself right back up using half of its movement, and it's going to make an attack at Raldrick, the last person to hit it. Any reactions before I roll this monster attack? Anyone? No? Just double check.
Nope.
Cool. I'm gonna have to do that a lot with the diviner.
With portent.
Yeah. So I'll roll.
I will, as a blanket, if I'm not paying attention, that's my fault.
Yep.
So give me a 2-second gap every time you say I'm attacking.
We're gonna.
If it's outside that,
You have reactions if things are gonna hit.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So it's making an attack on Raldrick. It's gonna be a 18 to hit. Does that hit you, Caleb?
Will hit.
Okay, so at the moment there's currently an attack that's going to hit. Steph, would you like to use any reactions?
But it's hitting Raldrick.
It's hitting Raldrick, not you.
No, if things hit me, I have
Okay, cool.
deflecting reactions.
No worries. So I'll roll damage on Raldrick then. It bit you. So it's going to do... please take 7 damage, Raldrick.
Sure, I will take 7 damage.
Okay, passing to Milhouse Manastorm.
I fully panic.
Yep.
I'm just from a fucking farm. My dad's a hunter. I've never experienced fucking monsters in my life. I'll pull Gobble in front of me and hide behind Gobble because he's like half a foot taller than me.
Yep. So yeah, this is the first. This might be the first physical altercation that Milhouse has ever been in the vicinity
No, it
of.
absolutely is. I entirely panic and shut down and hide behind Gobble.
Okay. So passing your turn.
Yep.
Awesome. Okay. So yeah, hide behind Gobble, who is taller than Milhouse, as we've established.
Yep. By about a little over half a foot, so I can comfortably hide behind Gobble. I guess I'll hold action. If Gobble moves away from me, I will run to this tile and hide behind the table.
Okay. Valafork,
I'll
you're
hide
up.
behind the leg of the table.
No, I've dealt with.
Things have attacked your flock in the past, and you've had to chase them off. You've seen a
dealt
couple
with
of
the occasional
wolves. Yeah.
Yeah, I've dealt with wolves in the past, so I'm not accustomed to violence.
My dad's taken me out on one hunting trip and it went badly.
But this
so
is-
I've
And
not
that's
been
why he
again.
was so disconnected during the send-off. The hunting trip was just before you went to school, and it didn't go well.
This is next level stuff. So I will dash
Yep.
all the way over to here. Mm-hmm. And that's about all I can do.
No bonus actions, nothing.
No.
You can go into a rage.
I could.
Remember, rage is
something
rage is
we
now
need to hit
different.
him?
No, rage is now different. So so you can bonus action start it, and during each of your turns to keep it going, you can now just use a bonus action. You don't need to be constantly fighting as a barbarian anymore.
If you get hit, does it work for free?
I don't believe so.
So it's
You have to
your
turn it
bonus action
on.
every turn.
But you
okay.
can make it last up to 10 minutes. Well, it's bonus action every turn, but if you attack something, you don't have to do the bonus action.
Regardless, I'm not entering a rage anyway.
Okay, so you would enter the rage anyway. Cool. No worries. So no bonus actions passing turn?
Now I've got my spear out. Unfortunately, my shield is still in my back rocket because I went to school and I wasn't intending to fight anything.
Yep, fair.
I've just got my spear.
Awesome. Okay. We will then pass to Gobble the Great. Gobble the Great. What do you do?
I have no fear because I have Gobble the Great. I want to stand on this table so I can get a better view.
Yeah, what is your movement as a goblin? Is it 20 to 30 feet? Sorry, Mitch, you want to go back a second?
Yeah, because I forget I can throw my spear.
You can. It does have the thrown property. You can throw the spear.
Throw it.
Would you like to take the attack? Can you do it as so you want to walk your movement back, or do you want to? Yeah.
No, I'm all good.
Okay. All good. Just Jasper, just roll a coin flip dice to see whether or not you stick to gobble.
I do not stick.
Okay, so then your previous enacted trigger will happen, and you'll go underneath the desk.
I'm going to shoot an Eldritch Blast at this one. The one on the... I don't think it's been attacked yet.
Correct, yes.
I don't think an 8 hits.
An 8 does not hit, no.
And as my bonus action, I'm going to make a spear. I'm going to make a spear as my packed weapon.
Ah, okay, of course, yeah. So what essentially happens on this turn is Milhouse is cowering behind Gobble. Gobble, with like a strangely confident sense, sprints forward into the heat of battle, jumps up onto a table, summons some eldritch magic from presumably one of his hands, and lobs it. But it just kind of like flies directly and hits the side of the wall, like way further down. And then he just summons a spear in his hand, which no one has ever seen Gobble do literally anything. So this is, where the fuck did this come from? And then we'll pass turn. So
I made a flag.
That's true. You did make a flag. So it's now Mimic 1's turn, is what I'm going to refer to it as. It's going to take a bite attack action at Yelan. Steph, any responses, or only if you get hit?
Only if I get hit.
Gotcha.
Armor class is 14.
It is going to hit.
So I'm reducing 6 plus 5, 11.
Okay, so what happens is the mimic goes to bite you, and you kind of like, you clock this immediately. So you literally, you grab the mimic by the top of its head, but only like just to the point that you're not going to adhesively touch yourself to it. And you turn it towards the other mimic, and it fucking bites the other mimic. Can you roll the damage dice?
Yeah, so then that's 2d6 plus 2 for the damage. Redirected. 9 damage redirected.
Awesome, yeah, so it bites its mimic comrade, and that mimic takes 9 damage.
Nice.
And you obviously take 0. We'll go next turn. It's the mimic that just got bit's turn. It's pissed. It's pissed. It's gonna roll.
Gary, what the fuck was that, bro?
It's gonna go attack you, and you're just gonna nimbly dodge out of the way, and it's gonna take a big chunk out of the corner of this table, and that's it. And then it's your turn. Go ahead.
All right.
What I'll say, we'll probably, because I think it's good to keep all these sessions short. We'll finish this combat, and then you guys will pick your classes, and then we'll call it there. I think that's the best thing to do.
Sounds good. All right. I'm going to attempt to hit it with an unarmed strike, and if I do, I will add on Hand of Harm. So let's roll that to hit first with an unarmed strike. I roll a 14. Does that hit?
That hits, correct.
That hits. Okay, so I'll do 1d6 plus 2, and then Hand of Harm. I can expend a focus point to deal necrotic damage equal to 1d6. It's 1d6 at the moment. All right, so I'll spend my focus point, and I'll roll all my damage. So I have 1d6 plus 2 bludgeoning. That is 7 bludgeoning damage plus 4 necrotic.
7 damage plus 4 necrotic, so 11 in total. Yep, it has taken 11 damage that has been recorded.
Thank you. That's my turn. Bonus actions. I forget that I have bonus actions.
Do you want to expend a key point to do a focus point to do a flurry of blows?
I think I can just do a normal unarmed strike. That doesn't take away a focus.
You haven't successfully passed a grapple check at the end of your turn, have you? You'll do it at the end of the turn at this point. No, not because you're already grappled. There's no point making you roll it per every other hit. But at the end of your turn, you'll have to roll it again.
All right, sorry. I'll do my normal unarmed strike. That does not hit. I will do my grapple check now.
Well, what did you roll on that second hit, just to make
I
sure?
rolled a 4.
Yeah, that won't hit. You are correct.
For my strength save throw, it is 13.
Yeah, you'll ungrapple yourself. Your hand will sloop, and you're no longer attached to this mimic.
Awesome, sweet. I will now pass my turn. Sorry.
Bear boy.
I'm gonna make the multi-attack action.
Mm-hmm.
A 13 to hit.
Hits.
7 piercing damage.
Yep, that has been recorded.
21 to hit.
That's it.
23 to hit.
That's it.
And that is 4 slashing damage, and it is considered prone. And I don't think I have any bonus actions while in bear form.
Unlikely that you would.
I don't believe I do. So I will make my strength save for the grapple. And I do not make it.
Okay, so you are still grappled.
And it is also prone.
Is it its turn?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So it gets up with half movement, gets sort of prone. It will make a bite attack at you. You are grappled by it. It misses even with advantage. Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, yeah, even though somehow you're a giant bear and you are burrowing down and knocking it prone, it too bites a large section of table out rather than biting you. These are some dumb fucking mimics. Milhouse, behind the table, shaking and afraid. What do you do?
Naked and afraid.
I don't know whether I panic for another turn or not.
Do you want to see if you were inspired by Gobble the Great's courage?
Yeah, I'll roll for that. Why not? I'm just going to say if it is a 12 or higher. It is a 12. Yeah, right. I'm inspired by Gobble the Great's courage. I guess I'll climb up onto, like, this chair. So presumably I'd be able to see...
You can see the mimic, yep.
Does Chromatic Orb do AoE still?
I believe it's a single target, unless they changed it, which is the sentence we'll have to say at the end of everything.
I think it was BG3 that you could target the ground with.
Yeah, in BG3 you can, but in standard D&D it should just be single.
Yeah, it's just that. Okay. Yeah, I'll Chromatic Orb, first level, fire, the one in front.
Sure. Make your spell attack.
+5, that's pretty good. 11 to hit.
Unfortunately misses.
Oh, well, there's a flaming ball going, you know.
Yep. Shoo! And like an
going
angle.
in this direction somewhere.
It lands just in front of Raldrick's bare nose and just in front of the mimic's gnashing teeth, and just lands harmlessly on the tiles directly next to the mimic.
Yes, sir.
Wow, these mages aren't doing a good job.
Hey, I'm a mage.
World's greatest backline over here. Just miss after miss. Passing turn, Jasper?
Yeah, my only bonus action is Misty Step, so I guess I will, after having made that brave and valiant effort, I will hide back behind the chair leg.
Based.
Table leg.
Cool. We'll go to Valafork. You're up. You got your spear in hand.
I'll move over. And I'll just take a stab at this mimic.
Give it a poke. What's your weapon mastery for the spear? If you have one, I presume you do.
If I hit a creature with a spear, that creature has disadvantage on its attack. On its next attack roll before the start of my turn.
Excellent. Well, let's see if you hit. Would you like to rage before doing this, or just hit it?
No. 8.
8 does not hit.
Disappointing.
Any other actions or pass?
That's it.
Yes, you run up with the spear. Happens roughly similar time to when the ball of fire goes past, and maybe that's what made you miss, but just narrowly missed, going in between the teeth and pulling the spear back out. Gobble
the Great.
You got your cursed spear in hand.
I'm gonna shoot another Eldritch Blast at this one.
Sure.
Shoot him right in the pussy.
What?
You got it.
Oh, big one. I rolled a 1.
You rolled a 1.
Oh, 1. 6.
Yeah, it's unfortunately 6 isn't going to cut it. Yeah, you summon. It's probably you've not had these powers from Panicius that long. This might be the first time you've actually ever tried to shoot at something that wasn't like a rock stacked on a bunch of other rocks. You're not used to moving targets, so it will harmlessly bounce into one of these bookshelves. A couple books will fall off.
Aha! Just what I was aiming for.
Past turn. All right,
I don't
mimics.
know how much bonus action that I can do.
Mimic's turn. The mimic is going to go for a bite at Valafork, who's just walked up. Misses entirely. This truly is the day of misses. The one that just got an Eldritch Blast shot at it is actually going to try and move. It's going to move out of Yelan's range. Do you want to do any reactions to hit it?
I would like to try and hit it. Let's do an unarmed strike, I guess. For 18 to hit.
That will hit.
1d6 plus 2. 6 bludgeoning.
Yep, it will take 6 bludgeoning. Don't worry about rolling the grapple check because it's going to actively not want you on it. So then it bounces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it'll bounce up onto this the actual table itself, and then it's going to take a bite at the bear. Oh, what was your AC again, Caleb?
16.
Does hit. Can you please take 9 piercing damage?
No, I don't think I will. I will take 0.
Using some particular ability of yours?
When you take damage, you can use a reaction to roll a d12 plus 3 and reduce the damage by that total.
Not bad. Is that a once per long rest thing? Short rest thing?
Twice per long rest.
Twice per long rest. Not bad. Yeah, so it goes to bite the section of your rear leg. And as it does, it sort of kind of turns as hard as stone and bashes its teeth against it. Its attack completely ricochets off you. Not even going to roll off the grapple check. It just bounces off. That's its turn. Going to Yelan.
There's a reason I chose the stone giant.
I will attack the one in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
Hit it with a chill touch.
Chill touch.
Chill touch, which does not deal cold damage.
It does necrotic, I believe.
That is 17 to hit.
That's a hit.
And I deal 1d10. 2 necrotic damage.
No additional modifier, or did you roll a 1 and you have +1?
I rolled a 2.
Yikes.
It's just 1d10.
Well, is not 1d10 plus your spell attack mod?
It doesn't seem like it.
Let's almost read the spell.
It's a cantrip, so...
It's like firebolt. Yeah, okay, yeah. I suppose it is
d10.
d10.
HP until the end of my next turn.
Okay, and it was 2 damage, correct? 2
necrotic, yes.
Okay, that is a Skibbity Riz touch spell. Can you please make the grapple check?
Yep. I pass.
Excellent.
22.
Excellent, very good.
Bonus action, unarmed strike. 10 to hit?
10 will not hit, no.
Okay, I pass my turn.
Welcome back.
I clicked the wrong button.
There, boy.
I'm gonna keep attacking the one that I've been attacking. Nat 20.
Nat 20, okay. Let's see your damage. Let's see how much you do. First nat 20 of the campaign.
Double dice?
Well, in a combat setting anyway. Double dice.
Ooh, bad dice.
Bad roll.
Bad roll. 8 piercing damage.
Yeah, I think it's less than your last attack. That's unfortunate.
I rolled a 1 and a 4.
Awesome. Yeah, it'll take 8. I've recorded that.
And then roll for the bear paw slash. 13 to hit.
That hits.
And 5 piercing and is prone.
Okay. That one that you've just hit is getting pretty, the trunk is starting to look very damaged. The sapience of the wood seems to be lacking. It looks a bit dazed. That one's pretty, comparison to all of both the others, this one's the closest to being killed by far.
And the grapple check, an 11.
An 11, I'm pretty sure that is the save. 8 plus 3. 11's fine, you pass. It gets up. It was prone, I believe, but now it's not. Lebite, as it is known to do, going to hit you at an 18 to hit.
Mm-hmm. They have a pretty high hit chance, or they're just rolling well.
They're rolling pretty. That was a 15 with a +3. Please take 11 damage.
Probably don't want to take 11.
What's your current HP total?
29. I don't really want to take 11. I'll take 3 instead.
Sure. Passing turn. Milhouse.
I guess I'll do the same thing again. Stand on chair. I guess I'd shoot at this one now. I believe that'll be an 11 to hit.
11. Oh, 11 is no, it's a miss. Sorry.
Well.
You're 1 off, my friend.
Another ball of fire goes, I don't know, towards the books, I guess.
The range support really is. They're trying. They're certainly trying.
And I'll duck behind the table.
Passing turn to Valafork.
All right, this time I strengthen my grip on my spear. This time I'll hit you, and I'll make another spear jab at it. Does an 18 hit?
An 18 hits, yes.
6 piercing. Fuck yeah.
Fuck
And
yeah.
it's disadvantage
And I'll-
on its next attack.
It has disadvantage on its attack by the stab effect.
Sure.
Do I have to make a check that I made contact?
You're using a weapon, so I don't believe so. Let me just double check. You'll have to see if your spear is stuck to it. So do it to see if your spear is stuck, basically.
What do I roll there?
Roll the exact same thing. Your choice of athletics or dexterity saving throw.
Strength or dex saving throw?
You will not be subjected to the grapple condition, but your spear will be stuck to it. Saved. Completely fine. You pulled free. Gobyal.
I limber up a little bit. I stretch.
Third time's the charm.
I judge my distance, and I put both. I'll drop my spear for a moment, and I put my hands together. I'll try and cast an Eldritch.
So he's just he's focusing. He's going all in on this Eldritch Blast.
Oh, look, I'm basically saying can't make on me now.
Roll to hit.
Oh, 18.
Let's go. All right.
Yeah.
You just needed both hands. That's all it was.
My 11 damage. From what I've been hearing, that's pretty good.
That is pretty good. Matt, you're hitting this one on top of the table, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any evocations? No. Okay. So it's just 11 damage. Nice. Now, good hit. Honestly, good hit. That's good. That's good damage output. Passing turn after that.
Yep.
All right. Cool.
Oh, wait, I'll make a new weapon in my hands. I'll make another spear.
Of course. Yeah. The mimic in front of Yelan's going to try and bite her. Complete and utter miss. Mimic that's on top of the table. Okay, cool. Just gonna bite Caleb again. Miss. Complete another miss. Yeah, Yelan, your turn.
I will try another chill touch. 19 to hit.
That's a hit.
Another 2.
Another 2. Let's go.
Another 2. And I will strike bonus action. 13 to hit with my unarmed.
That's a hit.
5 bludgeoning.
Yep, I have recorded that. It is.
That's my turn.
It's been hit. Raldrick.
I'm going to take the multi-attack action.
You've got if you hit a particularly strong attack, you might be able to kill the mimic in front of you in one hit.
Okay, well, I take multi-attack, and then I guess I can choose the...
Yeah, if it dies on the first hit, then go to the other one that's next to you.
2 hits. 12 to hit.
Hits. Minimum requirement. C's get degrees.
3, so 11.
Yeah, the fury of your bear form, all this annoying mimic biting bullshit. Fuck, was it a bite attack or a slash attack?
A bite attack.
You bite directly into the head of the trunk, like absolutely smushing whatever would be a mimic's brain, and the trunk goes completely deanimated, and it has been defeated.
Okay. And then I use the slash attack against the one on the table.
Sure, anyone asks for XP, I'll gut you. I'll physically assault you.
I got to.
I want gold stars.
And a 10 will miss on the other.
A 10 will miss on the other one, correct?
That is my turn.
Are they grappling me every time, by the way, when I hit them?
I mean, you unsuccessfully ungrappled yourself at this point?
From the first time, yes, and then...
Did you roll one for the last chill touch?
No. Well, I've just done that now and I failed.
Then you would be grappled now if you failed, then yeah.
I'm grappled now. Yeah.
Am I assuming that grapple ceases on the one I just murdered?
Yes, because it is dead.
Okay.
And it was that one's turn next. Now it's Milhouse's turn.
You know what's happening.
Hey, Gobble got it on the third try.
Gobble did get it on the third try. Yeah, fuck it. There's no real reason to conserve spell slots at the minute, because I assume...
This is the fight.
Yeah. Fuck it. I will, I'll just cast Chromatic Orb at a 2nd level. Whoopah. That is 16 to hit!
Let's go!
Woo.
Massive. So you add presumably an additional damage die to the roll? 16 acid damage?
16 fire, not acid.
Okay, cool. 16
Acid was
fire
just
damage.
the one that the chromatic orb button had on D&D Beyond.
Yeah, so you channel your magic, you're a little bit frustrated, you watch Gobble succeed, and you know in the back of your mind you need to hit. It's non-negotiable at this point. So you put a little bit of extra juice, you take a little bit longer to aim, and you fire it straight at the mimic and hits it straight, bullseye in the face. It's not dead, but it is pretty close to being dead. Any other actions from you, sir?
Duck and cower.
Based. Very based. Valafork, you're up.
I see my compatriot slay the beast in front of me, and I move to the side and get up to try and block off this next one's chance of escape. Lunge in with my spear.
Go for it.
21 to hit.
That's a hit, baby.
And piercing.
That's a valiant hit. You did a third of its remaining HP.
And then I'll roll my strength saving throw. 8.
Spear is stuck. It was such a good hit that the spear is now slightly embedded in the mimic. At the end of your turn, you may attempt to do the save again to undo it.
I'll end my turn and try and pull it out. Give it another whammy. Time I roll with dex. 17.
Sing. You say it was the angle. It was the angle.
Got the right angle.
It was just the angle. You needed leverage. That's all you needed. Gobble the Great.
Well, great. I'll drop my spear again. Not
Just keep summoning them. Oh, I don't need that. No, I don't need that.
I'm gonna put my hands together once more.
Yep.
I'm gonna scream a little bit and say, "Great Gobble Beam."
All right. There's a lot riding on the Great Gobble Beam. What are you rolling to hit?
Oh wait, we gotta get to that part yet.
Wait, to hit?
23.
There you go. Good. An excellent hit.
8 damage.
Yeah, so you fire out another beam. It is noticeable to everyone around you that the Great Gobble Beam is slightly weaker than the previous attack that you did. Like, it's obvious that it did less damage. But yeah, no, a good hit nonetheless. Are you passing?
Yeah, because I do no damage on the alarm strike.
Gotcha. I am biting, or attempting to bite, Valafork. I'm missing. Fuck off.
I forgot to make my spear.
This is biting the bear man that's in front of him. It's missing. Fuck off. Yelan, it's your move.
Alright.
I rolled a 3 and I rolled a 5.
I'll try another chill touch. Surely it'll work this time.
That we're all rolling that.
19 plus an amount to hit.
The monsters had a good start and they've fallen off ever since. 2.
6 necrotic damage.
Yo, that's massive, bro. That's better than both the last 2. Yeah, 6 necrotic taken. And it can't heal, correct?
Yeah.
Damn it. That was the strategy.
Unarmed strike. 17 to hit.
Did you make the grapple check for the first punch?
Oh, shit, my bad. 10 plus 4, 14.
You're fine.
Then the flurry of... No, the unarmed strike. Does 5.
5 damage?
5 bludgeoning, yep.
Awesome. So yeah, you one hand, necrotic magic, freeze the side of the chest. The other hand punches the exact same area. The chest is very similar to its counterpart on the table, barely conscious. It is still angry and will still continue to fight, but it is a bee's dick away from falling over.
Yep.
All right, passing turn.
Yep.
Bear.
I want to try something a little bit different. I need a measuring tool. Hang on a second.
I'm going to cast Cone of Cold towards Gobble the Great. You're doing a 10-foot circle?
It's a 5-foot radius, and I'm trying to figure out if that hits the other one.
Do it in a straight line, not a diagonal, remember? Yes.
Couldn't do it in diagonal?
No, because I remember we were talking to Brad, and that's technically incorrect. It only matters when it gets bigger, honestly, but yeah.
It's not like it just is incorrect.
It is incorrect.
It's a very big difference.
Either way, that will hit if you're doing it centered on that point.
Will it hit both of them?
Well, the one in front of you, yeah, it'll hit both. If it's an AoE attack, yeah, it's covering both.
It's a 5-foot radius.
That template is overlapping both of those tokens. The top left one, not as much, but it still is if you zoom in enough.
Okay, cool. Well,
Also, realistically, if it's a 5-foot radius, it's you and then every tile that you're adjacent to.
I'm going to cast Moonbeam.
Yeah, can you cast that while being a bear?
It specifically says you can cast this spell while
That's
you're
the circle of the moon druid for you.
Yeah.
We love it.
When this a silvery beam of pale light shines down in a 5-foot radius, 40 foot high. Until the spell ends, dim light fills the cylinder, and you can take a magic action to move it. When it appears, each creature makes a Constitution saving throw. On a failed save, a creature takes 2d10 radiant damage, and if the creature is shape-shifted, it reverts to its true form and can't shift again until it leaves the cylinder.
Okay.
On a successful save, the creature takes half as much damage. The damage number is 15, by the way.
Okay, what kind of saving throw was it? Dex?
Constitution.
Constitution. I'll roll for both. Check their const mod, which is a +2. One will pass, one will not. We'll say the one that passes is the one that is on the table.
Okay.
And how much damage was it on a half?
Half is half of, so 7. So it'd be, what's that, 7.5 rounded down, so 7.
Okay, yep. 7 damage to that one then.
And it takes 15.
Okay, so the one on the ground is obliterated by this beam of light that comes from vaguely the sky. I need you to quickly roll me just a D100. 100.
90.
Okay, the ceiling of this floor of the Biblioplex is taller than 40 feet. That's all I had to check. I had to see if you hit the ceiling in any capacity. You're fine. In relation to making the mimic turn into its true form, because they are shapeshifters, you essentially force the mimic to turn into sort of like this amorphous jelly with tentacles thing. If you've ever seen the inside of a Dalek from Doctor Who, kind of looks like that. It is on 1 HP, by the by. The one that is alive.
Nice.
Well, that's my turn.
Yeah, and it was very, very impressive. It is Milhouse Manastorm's turn.
You know what? Third verse, fourth verse,
same as the others.
The first.
No, same as everything except the first.
Except second failed as well.
No, I mean your first turn was you cowering. You didn't do anything on your first turn.
Oh, you're so right. My apologies. I'll just firebolt this time, but I desperately want to do this, so I will replace my roll with a 14 plus 5 is 19 to hit.
Yep. You through the Milhouse's powers that be, and now the world conforming. The world conforming to his will. He fires a firebolt. It straight as an arrow, straight into the jelly amorphous monster. Set ablaze, dead on the ground, gone. Very good. You don't get any XP, because XP doesn't exist. But you do successfully kill all of the mimics. Good.
I want to run onto this table. I make the flag again that says Team 53, and I start waving. You
start waving it very violently.
52!
It's 52? You are Team 93. It says Team 52.
I'm going to revert back to my normal form.
Yeah, sure. So you're no longer a giant bear. You're now just Raldrick.
And I'm gonna go over to Yelan and ask if I can grab one of those good berries that I gave earlier.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
I mean, I think I only took the 3.
I thought I gave you all 10.
You made 10. You offered her as many as she wanted. She took enough to heal herself.
Okay. Well, then I will eat one of the good berries I made before to heal to full.
So you've got about, I'm gonna say 30 seconds to a minute before any faculty arrive, because all the crowd is still running out. So there was no faculty in this building at the time. There's the archivist, but it's not programmed to fight at all. Everything else was a student. Everyone else just ran away because when you hear there are monsters in there, there's a troll in the dungeon. you go, fuck that! I ain't going to the troll in the dungeon.
Yeah.
How does it gone if we run away?
Hey, without the brave heroism and example of Gobble the Great, Milhouse was cowering.
Well, specifically, if you had run away, this woman, unnamed woman, would have been murdered and killed. So you have saved a life. What the fuck does that say? Logged?
You know that?
Loot.
Loot. Yeah, your things. Do you want to look for any loot?
I'd like to look for some loot.
I'll search the one on the table.
Sure.
I'll search the one that I ate
Did
at
all
the
of
base.
these revert to their true form?
They should have, yes.
Yes. Now, once the moonbeam is gone and they've been killed, they've all turned back into what are essentially little briefcases.
Yeah, I dispel a moonbeam.
I just look at horror as I've watched the briefcase of mimics turn into fucking abominations and then back to briefcases.
Yeah, this is a strange day for Valafork.
Well, the thing is, they're dead, so they wouldn't have reshaped. They're still tentacle monsters.
No, they have turned back into briefcases specifically, and that is mentioned in the module. I'll have you know.
Does the module normally talk about you forcing them
It-
out of their shape?
No, it doesn't. But it does say when they're defeated, they return back to whatever they were previously, which is in this case the briefcases. Would be the trunks in the original. It's the briefcases in this one.
Okay. We loot the briefcases, I guess?
Sure. Let me just check if there is actually any loot in them. I will get everyone that was investigating them, looking for loot, which I believe was Gobble at the minimum, Raldrick, and was it Valafork doing the other one?
I'm
You're too shell shocked. Milhouse, were you looking at the other thing, or are you also shell shocked?
Nah.
Okay, so it's
I'm
just
cowering back.
it's just
here.
Gobble and Raldrick. Can I get you both roll a perception check?
13.
12.
Alright, so you both, as you notice, you both go up, you both look inside a briefcase each. It is literally just like a bunch of study information, some notes for tests, etc. But there's sort of at the very bottom of the actual briefcase itself in both, there's a small little puddle of what's like a little black oil. It doesn't seem to have any source. There's no like ink bottle or whatever that would have caused it, but it's sort of just like pooling at the bottom of the briefcases.
Phyrexian oil at the bottom of the briefcases.
I mean, who could say? But that is what you find. But you don't really find anything of worth or note. You find this woman's educational tools, basically.
I turned to her. Miss, do you recognize the black goo in the briefcase?
No, I have no idea how that got there. I mean, I just bought these briefcases today.
Okay, I empty my water skin and fill it with the black goo.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, your water skin is full of black sludge. The girl tells you that she bought the briefcases from a man that she met outside who was selling them on sale.
So we have black sludge now.
You got some black sludge. At this point, a new figure appears, flying in. Those who have played a Strixhaven draft may recognize this individual. Changed layer, token layer. So a beaked owl woman flies in through the front door over the panicking students and immediately lands directly near you and goes, Are you all right? Is everything okay?
Oh, yes, we're fine. But I don't know where these came from or how they got into the library. Someone must have brought them in, right?
I run over to this table. No need to worry, miss. The great Gobble being dealt with it.
The Great Gobble? Are you the Great Gobble?
The one of those?
Something.
Oh, you certainly made an impression. Now, when you say the what do you refer? These are the three briefcases?
They had teeth and a tongue a second ago.
Teeth
How
and a
best
tongue.
is-
What, like a mimic?
Exactly.
Oh, I
Yeah.
see. Well, that's rather odd, although I suppose random magical effects do occasionally happen at Strixhaven. Are you all right? No one needs any medical aid? I could provide some.
We're fine, I think.
Good. I'm still waving my flag.
I'm patting myself down. Yeah, I seem good.
There is like a splatter of dried blood on my shoulder, but that's about it. Caveat.
Yeah, so even though you're like all saying you're okay, she casts Healing Word on all of you, like, regardless of what you have said, just to make sure she's casting Healing Word on every single one. This is Professor Mavinda Sharpbeak of the Silverquill College. She's one of the professors. She's also the school counselor at the same time, so that's why she's kind of making sure everyone's okay. So she turns to you, she sees Gobble waving the flag that says Team 52. And she goes, "Oh, you're new? I saw we new students. Are you Group 52?
No.
What do you mean?
We're not.
You're not?
No.
Then why is he waving a flag that says Team 52?
Sorry, we're
Everyone's
group,
of a
and I put
team.
my hand in my pocket.
Roll the dice. Evens, it's Team 52. Odds, it's 93.
Let's roll 1d2. 2.
That's an evens. It says 52 on the piece of paper you hand him.
I
That's
got
what I have as well.
Team
Pull out my
52.
ticket.
Team 52.
So you pull out about Raldrick and Yelan both pull out. I think it says Team 93 on it, or Group 93 anyway.
I checked my pocket.
You got one as well. Same number. It says 93.
I throw the flag to one side. I make a new one.
It says 93.
Team 93. Team 93.
Oh, very good. Well, let's all get you settled in. I'm sure this has been very, very traumatic. We'll get you some counseling. Yes.
Put the stopper inside the water skin and like turn it upside down so that the liquid it gets on the end of the stopper, and then I pull it out. I'm like, do you recognize this?
So she reaches out one of her little taloned claws and has a look at it.
the goose in the notes.
That looks like it's just some kind of leather conditioner. There doesn't seem to be any magic in it, so it just looks like it's something that you would use to treat leather. Those are leather briefcases.
How interesting. Thank you.
Oh, no worries at all. So, Team 93, eh? Well, to start your first, have you completed your orientation by any chance?
We were just finishing the scavenger hunt.
Oh, excellent. Can I see your clue scroll, if that's all right?
Oh, yes. I hand it over.
So she takes it, she signs it off. That means that will go the time that you did it in, which is quite a fast time. I'm going to roll the dice secretly to see how fast you completed it compared to every other student.
Well, we were kind of railroaded by some mimics.
So you have completed orientation 5th out of all groups. So
How many groups?
not too bad. Well, there's 100 groups.
So pretty fast.
So pretty
There's no
fast.
competition.
She doesn't have that information on the top of her hand. She's like, she could go get it, but she doesn't have a reason to tell you. She will quickly, verify all your documents, verify each and one of you is meant to be studying here, getting your names. So she
Starts sweating.
so she goes around and she's like, "Can I have your name?" And she goes like, "So we'll start with." She goes to Valafork.
Valafork Vantumn. I should have my paperwork somewhere, and I pull over my big bag and I start rummaging through. Somewhere in it.
Oh, don't worry about that, Valafork. I'll write it in my quill here. It's magically charged, and it will let me know. So she writes it down. She gives you your dorm room number, and you have been officially signed on. Because if a student fails orientation, they don't join the school. This is
You fail orientation.
Yeah.
There was till the end of the day. If a group could not complete the tasks on their list by the end of the day, they would not be accepted to Strixhaven because they are obviously, it's not that hard of a litmus test. So if you couldn't complete it, I'm sorry, you're gonna come back next intake. But you guys are fine. So Valafork, you're in. You're solid. Asks for your name, gets Yelan. Good, awesome. Gives you your dorm number, you're good. Goes fucking over to Raldrick, gets Raldrick's name. Goes, oh, you're Fenor's lad, aren't you?
I am.
Interesting. Well, I suppose the rune magic checks out.
Do you have large beds by any chance?
It looks like Fenor wrote down in your particular application that you will need rather a large bed. We will accommodate you, sir.
Thank you.
Goes to Milhouse. Gets Milhouse's
I'm
name.
still cowering behind.
Yeah,
the
so
table.
she gets over. She kneels down. It's okay. They're all gone. What's your name, sir?
Milhouse.
Milhouse. You're the one from the sports scholarship, aren't you?
Yeah.
Oh, we have big plans in store for you. We're expecting great things. Yeah, first individual from that program. We're hoping it's going to go swimmingly for you here.
Wait, did I hear this?
Yes.
He got in on a sports scholarship.
Sports scholarship. Sports does not mean physical sports. It is a NAPLAN style test.
Give me a sec. It is the. I had it in the middle of my fucking screen before because I wanted to be able to fucking
Bring it up and then I brought it
Strixhaven
up.
proficiency and orientation readiness test.
Yeah, so it's a new program for youths in the outer reach to see, what possibly could be coming in for, in like more impoverished areas. And he scored 100, which is insane. That's insane.
It was a smart cookie.
So now, what we've all been waiting for goes up to Gobble the Great. Still looks down a bit because you're on the table, but she's much taller than you. And what is your name? Sir Gobble, was it?
Sir Gobble the Great.
So she So you go, what are you doing?
I go to rummage in my pocket and bring out my letter.
Okay, so do you hand her the letter?
I go to see if she goes to take it.
So she goes to take it. She's reaching out.
I hand it.
You hand it. All right, so she has a look, and she's like having a very brief look. She's not really paying attention, and then she like kind of like stops and like reads it again from top to bottom. And she's like, Gobble. Do you have any family names, Gobble, or is it just Gobble?
Just Gobble.
So she writes Gobble in the scroll.
Second.
And so there's a bit of a waiting. You see the scroll looks like it's being drawn by an invisible hand, like information about the student and where their dorms are and everything. And when she writes Gobble, it like puts a question mark for a second, and then there's like an ellipsis, like it's loading, and then there's a tick, and then it says Gobble, and she's reading information on it, and her face just kind of like slowly drops, and she's like, Gobble the. Oh no. Your pernicious Nubenti's recommendation. Well, that explains the letter. I've heard of what she looks at your ring and she went, another one. Oh, if we could have 1 year.
What do you mean another one?
If we could have 1 year without a pernicious Nubenti fucking recommendation. Why the dean keeps Gobble, this is your room number. You're in the school. Don't worry about this letter. I'm gonna ask you something heart to heart, Gobble. Try and just be a normal kid, okay? Be a normal student. Is that cool? Am I hip with the kids? Are you picking up what I'm putting down, Gobble?
I will say this: you've got some high aura.
She face palms when you say tell her she's got high aura. She goes, this is going to be a long year. And we'll end there. That's going to be the end of this session.
Very nice.
Well, did you actually make it to the fucking end of the podcast? Cool. Thanks, man. Means a lot, I guess, that you stuck around. If you enjoyed it, maybe leave a review or share it with someone who else might like particularly bad D&D Let's Plays. And episode 2 has been recorded and will be uploaded sometime in the new year, 2025. You can find very similar bad content on youtube.com/jumpintofiction or at Twitter, the Zeren, or Blue Sky at jumpintofiction.bluesky. Enjoy. Have a good year, everybody.